We're live on the internet, except for Taylor, who I kicked out of the show. I'm just kidding. We're bringing her right back right now. It's us. We're live on the internet. Hello. Hello. This is where I say, how is everyone? As though we've not been like giggling stupidly on this call for 10 minutes.
Y'all just missed an incredible moment off.
Absolutely. It's pretty magnificent. We've been sitting in this conference call for like 15 minutes here, and all of a sudden I'm like, all right, you guys ready to go live? And Taylor's like, wait, but what about Melissa?
Is Melissa not showing up tonight? Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a special Melissa is here Melissa. Episode featuring not Melissa.
So genuinely couldn't see or hear me, and I'd been in the call the whole time.
The entire time.
I couldn't see or hear Melissa until about
quite possibly the first
ago.
person to have joined the call with Rich was Melissa.
After Grace, it was me. Yeah.
The two Canadians on time. Just
we're
very
early.
punctual.
Oh yeah.
We love Canadians. Yeah.
Hey, you got to get there on time, right? You got to
Ridiculous.
budget for the extra, snow travel.
If you're not early, you're late.
Did I do a
Us
bad
in
job with
LA
my
and,
Canadian accent
No,
last
it's great.
week? Melissa and
You're
Grace
not
were with
early,
me.
you're late, you know.
They requested a
yeah.
Canadian accent, and I just did like a total caricature of Grace's caricature of a Canadian accent, and I don't know if that like landed, but it was very fun.
Great.
If you just talk
Great.
like
It was
Wolverine.
good. I think you could have like hit it even harder the next time. Like,
I will.
Yeah,
I'll
you
double
could.
down.
just
Wolverine?
take that up a notch.
He did say talk like Wolverine, and I do in fact call people bub all the time,
Yeah.
Kevin, just for giggles,
Bub.
and they don't like it.
People don't like Bub.
A's.
That's
really
a
the A's that
quintessential
will
Canadian.
stick
I
out.
don't like Bub. Bub is hard for me.
Yeah, you gotta
Very
put it
high
in there
school.
someday.
How many times do you actually hear that at IRL? I don't think I've heard anyone actually use
What do you
bub.
mean
in
very
real
high
life.
Like
school?
Bub. That
Kevin,
was my
you've
high
moved-
school experience. Was
You've
a
moved
lot of
significantly more
dudes
north
calling each other
recently.
Bub.
Yeah, I guess I gotta start using
Yeah,
that.
you're gonna start the correlation between moving north and hearing the word bub.
Is it just so I'm
Just
messing
from
up
the
bud?
wrong
Like instead of like, hey
people.
bud, it's just like, hey bud.
Bud,
Yeah.
I think is more. I hear bud way more often. Bud.
I do too, which
Yeah.
is why I actively shifted to bub, because I was like, bud, boring, right? There's like a
Yeah.
meme in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Bub, like, yeah, here we go. I am. Call
Yeah.
me Logan, baby.
Yeah, I'm in more of a
Because-
like Bud Light region around here, so
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, I think my dad's called me Buddy like 2 times, and each time it hits me like a arrow to the chest. I'm like,
Mhm.
well, where are we here right now?
Yeah. How about daughter?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that?
My dad does dot and daughter.
Oh,
Interesting.
not
I don't
turtle.
think I've heard dot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
He's really something. Yeah.
There's that
otter.
Venn diagram that is like 2 guys like drunk at a bar, a guy and his dog, and like a young child crying, and in the center is just, hey buddy. And
Yeah.
it's just it's
I
so
just
good.
saw it last week. It was
Yeah.
cracking me up.
It's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Mhm.
I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. That was a gift that we got. I can't believe anybody still complains he was too tall.
I
this
mean,
is
short
just-
people, it's short representation just got knocked away by the tall, handsome man as opposed to short, hairy, kind of ugly dude,
I have a friend who unironically still 20 years later, Kevin just rants that like they should have cast Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise would have been a great Wolverine. And I'm like, dude,
Just 'cause
you are
he's short?
out on a limb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is choice.
Yeah. that's
And
like-
Tom Cruise notoriously has giant sideburns
yeah, obviously. And
and long fingernails.
the metal skeleton.
We all know these are all things we all know about Tom Cruise.
Yeah, these are all facts.
How many of us have seen Top Gun? I should see it, right? I've heard good things.
Yeah, go
I
for it.
have to see it. I still do.
I
It's
liked
fun.
it so much I podcasted about it.
Yeah.
It's so popcorn action movie, but of the best like kind. It's so fun.
Mhm.
It's a great theater movie. Like the
Um,
engines rumbling and all that. I mean, if you want to wait to, like watch it, it's still worth a watch, I think, even on like stream when the time comes.
So I don't know if I said this, but we covered Top Gun Maverick and then Downton Abbey in the same week, and I had to go. I was at like my parents' place up north, and I had to go to this very tiny, small, like mom and pop theater. They have 3 theaters. Like the one in the middle is the big one. You have the 2
The
side
mom
ones.
theater and the
And
pop
I had
theater.
Yes, and then and then the bub
And
theater.
then
Hey, buddy.
the
The
Buddy.
theater.
And so I went to go see Top Gun Maverick, and the next day I went to go see Downton Abbey. And in the Downton Abbey theater, you could just feel the like Top Gun because they play all movies at the exact same time. So I'm like watching Downton Abbey, being like,
Debate.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I spent quite a bit of time with my mom this weekend, and we watched like 2 seasons of Downton Abbey together. Gosh, yeah, it was delightful. I like
I-
forgot how good the show was. Yeah.
I adore Downton Abbey, unironically. It really is like amazing. I can't wait to see the other film. But this is a deep cut RHAP reference. But I saw the tweet today from the infamous T-Dub that like, if you have not seen Top Gun by
Yeah.
now in IMAX theaters, then you have failed at life. Your criticism is invalid. You missed the only appropriate way to take this film in, and like, get wrecked, nerds. He didn't say that part at the end, but basically. And I was like, oh man, like some
Well-
part of me really does crave T-Dub's approval. This is like to a very niche audience, and I was like, oh man, like I've failed, you know, I better rally and go see this at a theater at least so I can like own some kind of credibility when I talk about it.
I didn't know T-Dub tweeted about anything besides Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, just wait, it's coming, the new one.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
wait.
yeah, buddy.
So the age of T-Dub is upon us. I'm
The
gonna
way of
make
water.
T-Dub watch this. He is not like pay any attention to any of this, but I'm gonna be like, you better go subscribe to Twitch TV/DM Philly, you freaking anonymous internet poster. You.
Yeah, you need to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, Rich.
We're
Right,
just-
very high
the
on
show,
the
list. We were
right?
talking
For
about the other
clarification
Avatar.
here, the show,
Yeah.
not the movie.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. What movie?
That's
What
fair.
movie? That there is no movie that exists that I recognize.
Papyrus
yeah.
Tar.
Papyrus Tar. I saw that. It was very funny.
It's Yes. Taylor's right though. You should watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's one of the
Yeah.
greatest shows of all time.
We're gonna podcast
100%.
about it. Yeah, inevitably.
I don't know. Somehow I think it's the sort of thing where maybe I've heard a dozen references to it, and they just like, because I don't have any framework, they just slip out of my brain. But I don't know how I am unspoiled on that
That's-
show.
No, it's the best. This is the best. This is a very real phenomenon that like it's the most dangerous time to know about spoilers is as soon as you start watching it. Before then, you could tell me like, these two people, this person
Yeah, it
kills this
just
person.
goes,
It
like,
means nothing.
right
It means
It means
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Who? I don't
Yeah.
know those
Yeah.
words.
I don't know them. Yeah.
Well, we got a full ship
Honestly,
today,
that's lost
folks.
for me. I have no idea who anyone is, and like somehow I exist in PSR space and I'm not spoiled on Lost. So.
That's
Ooh.
amazing.
Well.
Yeah.
There's
I
an
couldn't
island.
tell you anything about it.
Yeah, most. Yeah. Isn't that lost? Honestly,
It's
So.
okay. Tonight's episode will inevitably leave Kevin more satisfied at the end than the ending of Lost. We are lost in space, though not really, as you have landed on the halfling homeworld of Lun.
We
Months
can't get lost
ago.
in space because it's my favorite terrain.
God, freaking Rangers, man. Rangers. We should do the thing where we play the game that we got here to play. Because it's very fun just sitting here bantering with you guys, but we'll eat 2 hours up if I'm not careful. So, to that end, do we have any questions? Is there any like homework or housekeeping or bookkeeping that we should go over regarding the mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons and space?
I mean, what y'all been up to for the last month and a half?
Right.
We'll get to
Right.
that for sure.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to need a recap of all of that. So I suppose then, without further ado, I should just do the thing. We'll do the thing. I had to clear my throat to do the thing. So, when last we left our heroes, the crew of the Dragonfly, having made their way through the reaches of space, through the velvety sea of stars that surrounds the multitude of planets in this galaxy, traveled to the halfling homeworld of Lun, a place that became home to the kingdom of snapdragons and elven peoples displaced as their enemies drove them across the stars thousands of years in the past. Upon making landfall on Lun, you discovered a halfling girl by the name of Ginny Everblossom, alone in the wild places of the world, fleeing from wyverns who chased her. The Dragonfly, making evasive maneuvers, engaged these wyverns in combat, and you saved the halfling historian, joining her on her quest to explore the ancient draconic shrine of a being called Velistrastrand. The explorations revealed some questions and some clues. You freed a fairy dragon trapped in time for thousands of years, ultimately learning bits and pieces from Ginny as to the story of this strange world. Meanwhile, Reya and Jake, with the Dragonfly itself, taking a detour, ended up discovering a hillside with a strange pool atop it, a sword embedded in a stone inside of this tiny pond. So, exploration as it will, leading to the sword being drawn from the stone by Jake's swarm of bees. The hill itself came alive. A turtle called Korochan, the veritable size of a small mountain heaving up out of the earth, revealed that he was en route to the very shrine of this ancient dragon Philistrastrand 4,000 years ago when he was waylaid by a green dragon that has no place on this world and imprisoned him in this timeless slumber across the millennia. So, having explored the shrine, having woken Kurochin, the group of you reunited. The ship of the Dragonfly, piloted by Naya, once called Yana, once called something else, landed precariously on the back of the lumbering Tortle. At which point you were attacked by draconic figures, not dragonborn, but similar in their shape and size, riding on the backs of these quadrupedal dragon mounts, chasing the turtle across the countryside. You fought them off, but in the final moments of the battle, the sky turned inky black, shadows blotting out the blue and the light of the sun as a veritable array of these kind of shadowy wyverns flew from the shadow plane on the far side of this portal which had opened above you, confirmed by Lux's ability to sense such things. This rift in the air was in fact a portal to another plane of existence, the plane of shadows. Another harrowing battle broke out. Shadow methods were summoned by the professor. Danger, Will Robinson, that's a different show. And nonetheless, Kurochin the Turtle, pressed for time, offered to expedite your journey to the capital of this planet. Because yes, it is a small enough planet to have a capital. Agreeing that you needed to get there with as much haste as possible. All of you watched from the Dragonfly parked on the back of the Turtle as he literally grabbed hold of the world beneath you and rotated it underneath his body, twisting the very orbit of this planet such that you found yourselves outside of a gleaming copper city, glowing with the warmth of that metal as it reflects the sunlight. Every roof domed in copper, copper ornamenting every edifice, every building, all of the streetways, more copper than you have ever seen in a single place in your life. The capital of Lund, Copperport, stood before you. As you took in the sight of this vast, sprawling city by the sea, a dragon appeared, not made of shadows, but covered in scales of copper to match the city itself. Pernaladrine, he named himself, the Bright Wolf, harbor master of Copperport, receiving you all as visitors to this strange city. He seemed unfazed by the suggestion that on the far side of the world a portal to the realm of shadows had opened, untold denizens and enemies pouring forth, but rather was quite enchanted with your fancy ship, calling it a relic such that he has not seen in an age, and a feat of engineering to whom he would love to meet the builder. But smitten by the professor's clever wit, he offered up a riddle to the lot of you before escorting you to what he referred to as a hummingbird nest, a sort of suspended globe of clear glass as strong as steel. You flew the Dragonfly into it, where it kind of sealed around your ship like a teardrop or a falling drop of rain, encasing the ship save for a small exit with a balcony leading down to the streets of the sprawling city. So as we pick back up today, the camera opens on the site of this vast and sprawling city, the copper roofs gleaming in the sun, the movement of bustling halflings all around you, as the six of you, with your companions, make your way down this gangplank off the Dragonfly to the streets of Copperport before you. And I think as the camera kind of swoops over the wide avenue, taking sight of the magnificent ship that is the Dragonfly, hanging suspended from this kind of mechanical arm with this dewdrop nest beneath it, we zoom down in on the six of you, and Waffle and Ben, and I ask, what do we see?
Is Pernaladrine still right there? Right?
Pernaladrine, having circled the sky, has landed, this heaving, coppery dragon, his scales glimmering like the buildings around you, smiling down at the lot of you in a terrifying, draconic smile filled with many teeth as you all kind of file your way off of the ship.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, when he was talking about wanting to meet the builder of the Dragonfly, Lux, of course, mentioned Master Mechanic Doc. So I think that Lux is like leading Doc out of the Dragonfly hurriedly. Doc, look, and she's like pushing her like towards the entrance, and like gestures her arms open towards the dragon, like, "This is Doc, the Master Mechanic of the Dragonfly."
Yeah, yep, that's me.
And so I think that this like glimmering copper dragon, his like sinuous kind of long neck leaning down as he's like perched up on the edge of kind of this elevated street that you're like lowering yourselves down onto, like grins at you with this twisted, crazed kind of toothy smile, like, we're met then. Can I ask, are you the builder of this fine ship?
No, we found her mostly intact. I just, upgrades and the fixing and the keeping her in the actual sky.
You rebuilt it though. Some
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
But like most of
we
it was a
the whole
thing
month.
already.
Yeah, but
The
rebuilt
glue,
it.
and I just like added the bit.
It did not look this good when we first
You
found it, I
put
gotta
the
tell
build
ya.
and rebuild, Doc, I tell you.
I think that the dragon's eyes have gone wide as he's taking in the sight of Waffle, who I presume is like flying openly with you.
Yeah. I think Waffle probably is like hanging out, and then I think he does a lot of kind of like perching on my shoulder.
And I think that this dragon is just like, by the stars themselves, what have we here? I do not reckon I have ever seen anything at all like that.
It's my buddy Waffle.
Well, hello, good sir. I think we see like the hair kind of blasting back, like on Doc as he like breathes. The face of the dragon like coming even closer as he lowers down in towards Waffle. Like, you are a fascinating individual indeed.
What kind of metal
Did you
is
build this then?
Yeah.
I built him. He like talk, but he understands. I think Waffle will kind of shoot out his little butane torch thumbs up, kind of very BB-8 style.
But this dragon is
What was that sound? Sorry. Cool.
I missed that sound.
Yeah.
And I think that as he's looking at you, Doc, and turning to Waffle, he's like, well, this is quite a wonder. Quite a wonder for me to see. I thought I had been as surprised as I'm likely to be in this life. But I must say, I find myself more than a bit smitten. Perhaps you're clever enough then. The lot of your friends rumbled with my riddle when I offered, but might I give it to you to unwind?
Sure, yeah. Although, they're pretty smart too.
To be fair, we were like kind of rushing in from a big fight, and we weren't all really thinking properly. Yeah, this is the rest of the crew. I think Lux like gestures to everybody. I'm Lux. That's Jake, Naya, Reya, and the Professor. And that's Ginny. Yeah.
I think that the Pernaladrine, like, taking you all in is like, I humbly apologize. I have done a terrible job in welcoming you all, but Well, I am won over by this delightful little creature and your relic of a ship. I, of course, am Paladin, First Warden, the Bright Wolf and Harbor Master of Copperport. The defense of this city and this place tasked in my care, though I can say it is not a task I have much cause in acting often.
Well, yes. I was wondering if perhaps you could speak a bit more as to what sort of defenses are necessary in the city.
And specifically, Naya's like, their mess of kind of like curly reddish hair with some blonde streaks was tied back a little bit. They're just pulling that free. Just like, also, anywhere around here besides the defenses, people go for maybe fun, some bar, maybe a dance hall. Is that anything around these areas? Would love to.
Oh, we are so
Well,
busy.
Yeah, we
So
we
many-
need to talk to the sage ASAP.
Yeah.
Sage. Fine.
But Naya, after.
Yeah, very
Right.
much agree. But
When
there's
we
a
save the
giant
whole
hole
planet,
in the sky.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
party.
we're not,
Yes,
For sure.
of course.
We're not
We'll
gonna
have a party
leave without
after we've
taking
saved
part-
the planet.
But
some of the
consider how
local
party would be
delicacies, some of the
at the end of the
local,
planet.
you
Feels
know,
like that would be a
entertainment.
party.
Yes. Well,
All right.
You could
what-
party like there's no tomorrow without actually having to make sure that there's no tomorrow, you know?
We are tasked with ensuring that there is a tomorrow, and there most certainly would be. I can't imagine otherwise, or I would not have been able to wake up and get out of bed this morning. Right. The defense. What is? Why have you brought us here?
Well, you are foreigners in a strange ship, and that is the majority of my task, I would say. We have not had any cause for fighting here in many, many, many a year. But I take my position with great care. All foreign ships coming inward come to Copperport. We are the ancient city, built by the first founders of London, well equipped for the landing and keeping of vessels such as yours. A strange ship calls for the harbor master,
Yes.
and so I receive you.
By the way,
Your-
does Lux see the Princess of the Night here? A Ferris's
Make a
ship?
perception check.
And for the record, pretty good landing into this port, I have to say. Considering my first time ever taking a wheel, literally went sideways. Feel like this is pretty good.
Why, emphasis on
Yeah.
sideways, yes.
Did really good, Naya. Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, it's very entertaining learning how to fly a ship. I have to do a barrel roll the next time.
17.
What?
It's where you turn the ship completely upside down.
Yeah, I've done that a bunch of times, Professor.
Yeah, Lex is a big
I
fan of
love
that
them.
maneuver.
Oh, we're gonna have to do some of that then.
With the 17 Lux, you could see that there are a couple of like large freighters that are docked. The Princess of the Night, not among them, notably. You don't notice the Princess of the Night as you're like looking through the others. I think that Pernaldrine is like, the landing was excellent. Barrel rolls are quite fun when you can fly. As to the defenses, you seem to be greatly concerned with some terrible feature in the sky which my eyes do not perceive.
Oh, yes. The gaping. Excuse me.
Would you like some rum?
Yes.
Oh, I'm quite all right. It's just.
Yep.
I seem to have inhaled some sort of bug or.
Would you like to walk and talk? We do a great deal of that here in Copperport.
Yes, please. Yeah, we're in a little bit of a hurry. We don't know how long that. It's a real big dark.
Gaping
It's like
chasm
blotting
into
out.
the
Yeah.
plane of shadows, yes.
Mhm.
I may have led with the wrong thing with the riddling and all, but it's a bit of a compulsion for me. Are you saying this is a matter I should respond to?
Yeah, probably, and we can like help with that. Like we're very ready to help. Yeah.
Help us.
We are
Yes.
under the
Good.
impression that this sage would be of some assistance of some sort.
Ah, that sleeping old worm. He slumbers in the
Perhaps so.
bowels beneath the city. I have not had cause to see his scales in sunlight in a century at least, but he can be roused.
Has he been napping that entire time?
That is generally what he does. He is very old. And Hickory is like, yeah, he is very old. I spoke with him some months past. He was awake, and then I got to have a formal meeting with him, which was really quite delightful. But we really need to speak to the leadership because they are very helpful, these folks, but they're not kidding. The whole sky turned black and shadowy dragons everywhere. And yes, you need to rally the wings and probably send them to go see what's happening in the wild parts of the world there to the south. I think he's like, this is troubling. Do not be alarmed. I will perform powerful magics. I wish not to panic you.
Okay.
I recently performed powerful magics, and it frightened quite a few.
Yeah, we're not so
Really?
panicked.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely want to see some powerful magic. Light it up.
Well, now I worry it might not be quite as powerful.
No,
as I
it'll be
was
so
Oh no, I'm
awesome.
sure it'll be very impressive.
Like you're
You've set the stage. Now,
Behold!
Wow.
And I think he rises up to like his rear feet, like towering. He's standing as tall, like there's a lot of towers and kind of vertical buildings built here in Copperport, and his body begins to like shift, kind of shape changing form, changing shape as he shrinks down to a little bit like taller kind of than Ginny, shorter than most of you, into the shape of a meticulously groomed, well-dressed gnome. Standing at your sides, and I think that as he like looks to you, Professor, like a bow tie manifesting around the collar, like in simulacrum of your own, as he kind of fixes it a little bit, like, yes, right, this is might better.
Oh yes,
you just look dapper.
yeah. Naya just walks forward and immediately just like, oh hi, yes, this is quite powerful magic. So this is how you normally look? What's your deal exactly?
Well, I'm a dragon. I was born here. I quite like to be helpful like yourselves, and so I took a job working as one of the flights. Sometimes we go up to space when there's problems with the ships. Have to make trips to the moon occasionally, but well, I took it very seriously, was promoted over the centuries, and now the harbor is mine. Most of the other drakes are much more concerned with riddles and games and such, and I have a more militant bent, so it felt like a good fit occupationally as such.
Yeah. So what I didn't hear in all of that is any sort of other dragon or relationship you seem to be in. So maybe didn't this after we take care of this, we go send a world party. Maybe we go dancing a little bit and party like there's no tomorrow, as they say.
I'm not going to lie. I'm very intrigued.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. So can we do this saving the world thing then, and that way we can,
Yes, to
get
the walking.
partying?
And I think the gnome begins like striding down the street. After me.
Do people, when you're in this form, do people still call you Chronology?
Yes, many. You could call me Pern. Many call me the Bright Wolf. It's more of a title.
It's a really cool title.
I like it. I picked it myself.
Yeah.
In Lund, you can have
Is
any
there any
title
reason that
want.
you went with like, yes, you can?
Oh,
Yes, okay.
well, that's great.
I think as we're walking, the professor would lean over to Reya and just say, I'm not certain I've seen Naya pipe up that quickly about not much of anything we've seen in space.
Yeah, so forward.
I mean, I think the last time they did that, they were talking to you, so.
In what way do you mean?
Oh,
No.
you forgot to whisper, Reg. Yeah, everyone heard.
Yeah, you talking about before the
Maybe it's
flirting
the bow
that
ties.
that we did?
And
Maybe it's a bow
I
tie
think
thing.
to whatever extent you could see like little pink or red on Reggie's face, like it definitely like comes through the gray. I think he just kind of
I think little gnome Pern
Right.
winks at you, Reg, and is just like, I'm not discerning, mate.
Naya
more the
grins
merrier.
and nods.
It's-
I was just making an observation.
Jake, could you do me a favor?
What would that be?
Yeah, new city, so many people we could give pamphlets out to, and I hand you half of my pamphlets. It's just a new city, and I could use some help handing out pamphlets.
oh, wait a minute. You all
What?
Dasher clips?
Yep.
You're not.
I say that gesturing sort of like, yeah, we're all Dashers.
What's a Dasher clip?
No, wait. Am I a Dasher?
Oh.
No, I'm not a Dasher.
No, I didn't know
not.
if you were lying.
I'm a Clancyite. No,
Yeah, Clancy.
sorry.
Right.
Oh.
Can we fix your memory thing?
Right.
Listen.
I thought Reya was being deceptive there for a moment.
Yep,
Like-
classic prank. In telling someone you're the exact religion that hates your own religion. So
I do
Yeah.
think Pernaldry, the gnome, like turns, like looking back at you, Jake, and he's just like, folks here, they are real receptive to pamphlets, love reading. We're a big leisure community here. We love leisure activities. The giant turtle outside the city, is that an affiliation or relation of yours?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Kurochan. Yeah. Very cool turtle. Yeah, he like moved the world to get us here.
But I
Jake's-
don't believe we're related.
yeah,
no.
but you saved his life, so you're connected.
I mean, you
like,
never
emotionally.
know, Jake. You would never know.
Yeah, maybe like distant past.
He's like 4,000, like at least 4,000 years old.
I cast 46 and us, and it says we are not blood relations.
Are we doing inspiration points? Can I give one?
Oh my
It's a good one. You can have an
Oh,
inspiration for that.
I'm-
There you go. As we are dominating each other, I like this. I approve.
Missed that.
Pernaldrine pointing out places as you go, like, yeah, this is a great dance hall here, and this one over here as well, really fantastic. This is a good drinking hall, good rum. I need to go and speak with the council to inform them that I'm going to release the wings. They're at an auction. There's kind of a fancy auction happening this afternoon. You ever been to an auction?
What an auction?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah. My dad liked to do that actually.
Was in an auction.
What?
Oh.
What? That's
Well,
not right.
Yeah, no, it wasn't great. But that's
Yeah.
over now, so you know.
Yeah, we
did you
destroyed him
win?
and took over that place.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine. I'm sure it will be quite clear once I see how this operates and what is involved.
You're not gonna start any trouble if I bring you to the auction, are you? Are you gonna try to overthrow anybody here? This is not.
Oh,
issue
I'd
with
say
you.
the odds are quite in double digits, yes, but we shall keep it less than 50.
What's an auction? Is that what you say at the start of a play? They go auction. That's what it is, right? What are we talking about?
I think that's a movie.
Ironically, it is.
No,
at,
plays. What's a
the
movie?
theater.
What is that? What is a movie? Plays here in this world
I've been other places.
with bills and.
You'll get there one day.
I bet I won't.
With bills and auction. Yeah.
Has Naya also been to New Jersey?
Hard to say.
Naya, no. Another version, yes.
Hard to say. So I think that Pernaldrine, like walking you, kind of like winding through the streets, is just like, good. Here we are. This is Copperport's Grand Theater. Welcome.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
They have
what
Great
sort
deal of plays here.
plays? What sort of plays?
plays, operas, all of it. The founding of the Five, the flight of the kingdom of snapdragons, the
Oh.
fall of the library. The Ballad of Fred Cynic. I have seen a great variety of productions over the years here.
Wow.
That's
That's
very
so
sophisticated
cool.
and informed.
Seems quite wonderful. Perhaps amongst our leisure time, we could take in a play. I'm quite certain that seeing all of the various characters as performed by the multitude of actors that are most certainly not us would be quite enjoyable to sit back and watch.
It's really
Yeah.
rather exceptional. Sometimes we have foreign troops that come out from. We had Firbolg 6 years past that did Clancy, the musical. It was actually not that great, but probably you all would have loved it. There was a lot of off-key singing and drum shells. I don't know. It was interesting. Yeah. Please come on in. And
I
he,
think,
pushes the
you
door.
broke
so-
Reya.
Reya, I'm sure that they were actually really good. Maybe he just doesn't have an ear for singing or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Clancy the musical. Definitely know what I'm going to be doing next summer. Dash your clips. Dash your clips.
Oh no, my alarm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta keep it slow, boys.
So that sage, where's he at?
Well, we were told perhaps we would.
He's asleep underground.
Well,
You
can we
know-
wake him up?
Ginny's like, I know the Bureau of Informational Affairs. I can put in a request, and I mean, if you
We
could
don't have
maybe
time
potentially
for
have it-
requests. Can't we just go try and talk to him? This is
Right.
of the utmost importance.
Yes. First the council, then the sage.
Okay.
And then the play. And the auction. I should very much like to see this in action.
And then the party, and then the after party, and then the hotel lobby, and so forth and so on.
Oh.
Look, I share your urgency. I just we should do our best to accommodate to the environs in which we find ourselves.
I'm sorry. I lost
Yeah.
Grace. I'm putting her back. Grace is back.
Oh yeah, I have too many tabs open and I closed this one.
Yep.
I'll get you every time.
That's okay. On Friday, I went to unmute myself and I left the call.
Yep.
So, yeah, been there.
I live in
That's
terror.
one way to do it.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Kurt. I live in terror of this. The worst for me is when I accidentally fat finger refresh on the roll 20 and all my sheets close out, and I'm like, oh baby. What did you say, Grace? One more time. What did Reya say?
Do you know who would all the people who come and go here? Do you know somebody named Ferris?
Right, I know that one. The tiefling, the sage, the wizard.
The wizened. Yeah, there it is.
Pretentious name, don't you think?
Hey,
Yeah.
no. This is
sorry.
really cool.
Bright Wolf or whatever your name is.
Wait, what the
That's a very
sage is?
good
A Ferris?
one, actually,
Wait,
yeah.
is
It's
that what
only
I'm learning?
pretentious if you name yourself that, right?
Ferris did admit that he called himself the wizened.
Yeah,
I-
we made
I
fun of
can-
him too.
I
Wait, but you called him a sage. You said sage. I feel like I'm missing. He's not the same person we got to wake up, is it?
Mm-mm.
There's two people on this planet named Sage?
I
No,
thought
the
we were
one is
looking
named
for
the
an
wizard.
herb.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to
The
say one is
sage,
sage and one eats
the
sage.
wizened.
It's different.
Yes, it appears as though the person we are gossiping about at this moment, she is the Ferris,
We're
who is visiting the city or the countryside. It's unclear thus far where, but they are, in fact, the wizened. The sage is, it appears, a worm in a deep slumber, which Lux and I should say most of us have a great affinity to wake up, but we must see what is possible.
Listen, Pern, I know we just met. It's so nice to meet you. You guys got to figure out. I feel like I hear you get called a dragon, then you're like, no, we're a worm, and then you're like, no, I'm actually a wolf. You can't take all the animal names.
I was gonna ask about the wolf thing.
Yeah, I'm also weirdly
Right.
interested in that.
The wolf thing. Well,
Yeah,
wolves are they're pack animals and they're aggressive. They're hunters and predators and dangerous, but noble and majestic. And as compared to many of my peers around here who are nice enough sorts, I am fierce and a little more likely to jump into a fray and lead the pack when it is time to strike. Unfortunately, for centuries, we have mostly sat here dealing with bureaucracy and bookkeeping affairs. It's a lot of incoming, outgoing, really very rote, very little hunting, as it were.
I bet your red tape bill is super high.
My father, when studying this phenomenon among peacemaking societies, referred to it as the war on paper. People who are designed for battle and the excitement and thrill thereof, but find themselves drowning in more mundane experiences.
Your father, I reckon, was a very clever soul. He sounds keenly attuned to much of my experience over the years. To the keen part, I am a clever sort. I mean, I did come up with this riddle. Did you all think about it at all, or no? That's
7.
Out of character, what's the riddle? Where is that?
Yeah, can you repeat the riddle?
I will repeat the riddle for a lot of you. Ponder it before we enter the auction house.
I think somebody's supposed to write it down after, but I don't know, Ginny.
They have a war on paper here. So
I got it written down right here, but most of you were very distracted. I mean,
great.
there's a lot going on. I could read. No, I will read it, young Ginny. 7 elves with 7 hounds took 7 coney to the ground. Then 7 more with red-tailed hawks took up hunting. 7 fox with setting sun came 7 lynx, all hunting fowl and long-eared things. What did they slay? It's hard to say, but with the dawn, 7 hunters mourn. Not 4 lost furs, but 4 lost friends. Whom then turned a profit on this venture?
Death?
You're
When you
not the one that I expected
say
to answer this so quickly, but the dance hall calls even closer to my
Yeah, that description of the wolf thing, we really gotta take care of this because time's, ticking here, and
All right, quickly
Yeah.
to the auction house. Let's speak with the council. I am delaying and dragging. With that, he leads you into the hallway of this large kind of open foyer to a theater, a big kind of like huge open section, opening this pair of double doors, leading you into a room kind of swallowed in red velvet everywhere, ostentatious ornamentation of dragons shaped like worms over the kind of stage around all of the rest of the ornamentation around this kind of massive theater. Seats everywhere are like sort of full, though the place is clearly not packed, as he leads you in this kind of like walking trail in the back behind the kind of orchestra seats, as it were, where you see a veritable array, a cornucopia of strange and magnificent items arrayed upon the stage. Nobody seems to be out there yet, though you note the people in their seats as you're kind of walking seem to be looking through pamphlets of their own. They do love paper on this planet, as they're all kind of examining it. And so, yes. Pernaladrine the gnome kind of like leading you along the way is bringing you up to the back and gestures where you can see this high kind of booth up high in the back, not a booth rather, but a sort of a handful of halflings sitting in these large, much more ostentatious, ornamented kind of chairs. The little gnome sort of leading you forward as one of these halflings kind of like steps out and begins sort of like striding towards the group of you, like stopping you as you're making your way up the stairs towards the back, right?
Rich?
Yes,
what's
sir.
the most like eye-catching thing on the stage? Like in terms of like grandeur.
Great question. Just in terms of grandeur, there is this massive kind of many-colored looking egg that has this kind of like light glowing out of it, almost as though it is like a portal to another realm. This sort of glow emanating from it. That is quite ostentatious, as is the kind of massive skeleton of a serpent-looking creature. These things, some of the biggest, certainly, things there on the stage.
Thank
Is
you.
that like a cage with something inside of it?
Indeed, there is a cage which has this dark, kind of shadowy shape with this like glimmering yellow eyes kind of amorphously moving around inside of it. Yes.
I want it.
I want it.
Jake has questions.
Is there a bow on the stage?
Like a bow tie?
No, like
Oh, like a bow and arrow.
I think it's
Gotcha.
pronounced
Yeah,
a bow. You take a bow
know,
on
the
the
one.
stage.
Bow on
You take a bow on the stage after the auction.
Wow.
Who's coming
There
towards
is
us?
Passionate today. I'm sorry.
There is not a bow as you're scoping it out from up
There
here.
does look like there's a sword.
Oh yeah.
As I turn to my dragon sword, hey, what do you think of that?
I mean, look, I feel like you actually have gotten a pretty awesome sword here. I'm talking to you. Also, I'm very uncomfortable with this dragon gnome who's leading us forward, which is why I'm whispering to you right now. But we're going to have to revisit this later.
Yeah, fine. I'll also just put you in the closet. Don't worry about it.
No, you do not want to put me in a closet. You just woke me up because you gave me the taste of worm blood after so many years of sleep. I am very excited about what our future holds.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. But tonight, I really just need like a couple hours or so.
Okay.
How much of
5
this
to
do we
6.
hear? How much do we hear?
The sword gets to whisper, but Reggie can.
Are we hearing as a telepathic?
It's not
Is it-
speaking telepathically. It seems to be like overlooking that if it has the potential. It's like you turn around, Reya, and like you hear this voice coming from over Naya's shoulders. He's like tilted over, talking back to the sword a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Are these for sale?
And I think it's at this point that a halfling, like kind of like usher that's moving through the things is like, of course, sir, everything up on the stage actually for sale. The auction will be starting up in just a while. Would you like a pamphlet?
Yeah. Yes.
We'll trade you.
please.
Sure.
Yes.
Jake has no idea what an auction is.
Yeah, guys, listen. I just
I
want
have
to
to
let you know.
refresh my browser.
Wouldn't these sell better in like the market?
Well, I believe this could be an example of where they're attempting to isolate the certain high end of the market through generating exclusivity. And although we were just welcomed here after immediately arriving into the city, so what do I know?
So you see, what happens is when there's a particular items for sale, they usually have a set price depending on how much supply is and to do with how much the demand is. We'll usually set the actual price in a particular marketplace. When there's a limited amount of these things, it can cause the price of that to then fluctuate. When you only have one of those items, it means the price of it can vary greatly depending on who wants to purchase it. So what an auction does is take that one item and allows you to bid on the price. So that way the price goes up depending on who wants it the most, allowing then the supply to be what it is and the demand to increase, and then the price goes up, and then you get it and then you own it, but that allows someone to make a ton of profit on it because there's only one in existence.
Did your sword tell you that?
That's
No, that one I knew. I actually don't know if Do you know anything about economics or supply?
No.
Rich, if you could, Rich, can you repeat the exact same thing? Wow, there's so many good things on this list.
The usher hands pamphlets out to the lot of you of the note of stuff. What were you going to say there, Kurt? I'm sorry. I feel like I stepped on you.
Jake's just like, this is stupid. Like, why are these paying more than, like, you say you're going to pay an amount, then you end up paying more. I just don't get it.
Well, some of these things, they are all owned by various brokers and owners, rather. This is a sort of opportunity to get all of these things out there to a select clientele that have the resources that they might be able to,
Reya whispers to Jake and says, a broker is somebody who needs money. Because they don't have any. That's the joke. Is it their broker?
There doesn't seem to be room to negotiate here.
Well, I mean, it's less negotiation and more sort of escalation, if you can imagine it that way. It kind of just works itself up, but it's just about how badly you want the thing versus somebody else. I'm sorry. I don't.
It's a fun game.
Pernaldrine at this point, the other halfling that has kind of walked over and been talking to them, he's just like, very good. May I introduce you all to Veronica Okoye. She is in charge of the city militia and guards. She is my counterpart amongst the halflings.
She's a little ray of sunshine.
Yeah, thanks, pal. That's exactly what my mom called me. Little ray of sunshine.
What you're Reya? Your name is Reya as well? Oh no, it was Veronica. That I now understand. Good to see you. Good to meet you. Pardon me. I think Reg just like looks down at the page and starts just trying to read all of the things that are on auction.
And so I think you hear Veronica for a moment, like talking with Pernaldrine, and she's just like, is what he's telling me real? You people saw shadows blot out the sky and countless wyverns flying out of a shadow portal?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch. We need to act right now. What have you even been waiting for? And he's like, right. Well, I mean, I had to come and find you. What do you mean? You're here at this auction. And she's like, we need to respond quickly. You're the historian? And Ginny's like, yeah. I was gonna head to the information bureau and put in a request. We really need to talk to the old sage. And she's like, F that, to rocks. We're gonna expedite some things. Come on, you shorty with me. You rally the wings. The dragons fly today. You got to get them out there and figure out what the hell is going on. Let's go. You all. I mean, are you gonna be fine here for a little while?
Oh,
You need anything?
Do you need anything?
Yeah.
We're kind of here to
Yes,
help that whole
if there's
situation.
fighting to be done, we are quite useful in that regard. Although I do have questions about things on this show, but that can wait.
me too.
All right, listen. You go rally the wings. Send everybody flying. I want every last scaled bastard that you've got in your contingent scouring the far side of the world to figure out what the hell that's going on over there. Also, if there's a giant turtle outside the city, we need to get that under control. Send an ambassador out there to deal with
that
him.
one's fine.
You be
No,
nice.
we just need somebody to talk to him. And
Oh,
you,
yeah, he's really lovely.
here, take this. She pulls out like a scroll real quick, and she's like, can I just, excuse me, she looks to you, Jake, like, do you mind? And she just slaps the scroll up against your shell and starts like quickly like scribbling against it. Like, and she's like furling it up and shoves it in Ginny's hand. This is an expedition notice. You give it to the people, tell them to get the sage woke up right now. Yeah, we're going to get things into action. You all, if you have questions, I might be able to answer them, but if not, we got to wait till after the auction because the council is actually really excited about some of these things, and they're going to be pissed if I.
Are you going to get us when everything's like ready?
Yeah.
Where though? Here?
Right here. I'm just going to go right up these stairs and tell those people up there that you all have arrived and you have a ship of your own and you brought a giant turtle and witnessed a potentially world-altering incursion.
Well, so I just want to understand the situation. You want with extreme exigency to rally the troops and to address the existential crisis that is upon this world. But first, we auction.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting.
That sounds like something my dad would say.
She's like, look, if I can level with you, you people are a bunch of strangers with a potentially dangerous weapon of military grade that you have parked in the harbor outside. So we're going to put... Okay.
Yeah,
it's good to name your ships. We're going to put our people on it to confirm what you've told us. After the auction is done, if you want to talk to the council, they're right here and happy to chat with you. But the fact is that you all might be great folks, but you're strangers, and we've got to do our due diligence to confirm what you're telling us before we send
no
you
more.
out.
Nope. It's fine.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Okay, hey, so quick question.
Sure.
I was just looking over this list. You guys don't have like a magical bow in the back somewhere, or like a bowstring or something, or like arrows hiding away somewhere?
I mean, there's people you could talk to, but I don't have a magical bow. No, I'm a little short for bows. Personally, I far prefer a spear. Arrows, sure, yeah, they make real good arrows here, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, no, I mean they're real good. They're excellent. They're really good stuff.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, you go do your stuff.
Okay. And so she turns back to Pern and is like, I'm going to go talk to the council. You go send out the wings. We'll send this kid to go wake up the sage.
Rich.
Yeah.
Can I ask, the auction list?
Yeah.
I think Reg is specifically trying to identify any of these names or any of these can I get some sort of any historical hint on what any of these are?
Yeah, pick one and roll.
I mean, just one specifically.
You tell me which one you're trying to
Troy.
figure out. There's a lot of random stuff in here. If any of you all,
I think we've definitely heard a few of these.
I would like you
names
to
as well.
item by item just go through and describe each of them.
you
for
want
us,
me to
actually.
just spend
I
the
don't
next 2
want
hours
that.
describing the
I
items, the
mean-
27 items. At this point,
Well,
everybody
minus
breaks.
number 19 and 24, I guess.
You like that? Ginny runs off with the scroll in her hand, and she's like, thank you guys for everything. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Veronica runs up the stairs to the halflings up in the booth above you, and Pernaldrine kind of lingers for a moment. Is like, well, I fly. I must go rally my troops, but I will see you dancing, hopefully, after we deal with whatever minor incursion this is. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
I'll see you later. And he goes trotting down the stairs as the little gnome kind of taking off.
Hate to watch him leave, right?
Love to do it. So, should we find out what some of these things are? Because there's a ruby elephant of power. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, that pot looks kind of I don't know what that's up with that.
I actually do know a thing or two about some of the items on this list. One of them stands out to me quite a bit.
I don't know why, but I'm strangely drawn to the elephant one. I wonder what.
Yeah, for some reason.
For me,
there's a
Kevin, to be
couple,
drawn to the elephant one.
I did wonder if that one would also just always point to Naish wherever he is.
It's a lot of loxodons in space, Melissa.
Lots of
If you say so.
Yeah, you tell me, Professor, as you guys are scoping out this list, if anybody has specific things that I know there's a lot of curiosities on.
Numero 27. The Ember Stone of the King of Fulm Turman.
Oh my gosh, my man here, not even mucking around. He's
Not
going in
messing
hard.
around.
Yep, he wants to talk about number 27, the Ember Stone of the King of Fulm Turman. Roll a history check here. 21, Reginald. You know Fulm Turman. It is a planet on the far side of the galaxy from where you are now, inhabited at one point by fire giants. The Gauntlet hired to help them retake it. The once king of Fulm Turman. Ultimately, the fire giants originated from this planet. Their king was slain. Their empire, rather, like battered and destroyed. They were forced to flee. And only in recent memory did the Gauntlet return to retake their home world. So what the name of this once great king might be is hard to say, but rumors are that the Ember Stone that he bore was a weapon, ultimately. This kind of glowing, fiery emerald affixed to a great length of chain that could be wielded in battle to great effect against the foes of the fire giants of Fulm Turman in the distant past.
I know this artifact well. My father spoke of it many times. As a historian of military history, Fulm Turman, being one of the nearer planets to Kisandi, was an area of great study of his. And the notion that we are in the very same room as it is quite titillating.
Whoa, that sounds pretty crazy.
That is one way of putting it. To be quite honest, the likelihood that it is in fact the Ember Stone is quite low. But
What about the Dawn Crystal then?
The
Have you
what?
heard of that one? The Dawn Crystal from Fulm Turman?
oh goodness, I'm not so certain on that one. Hold on, let me see. I don't know if you want me to roll again.
Yeah,
do you want to give me anything?
Do we have Troy roll them, or do we individually roll if we're curious? Like, what's the best?
You can roll if you're curious. Yeah, I mean, there's things that you all might know. Yeah.
Jake, how
Definitely
hard is it
roll.
to raise a guard drake?
Yeah.
Can't be too hard, right?
What about the Glimmer
A
Wing?
what?
The
I'm gonna wait outside, guys. This is unsettling. And Jake leaves the auction house. To
No,
just-
wait. We have to know if we could smuggle any of this in the ship. It's gone.
What would I roll for the elephant thingy?
Arcana check. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, good. A 0.
Oh,
I mean,
With a 10, you are just kind of unsure, Naya. You're not really positive what the ruby elephant could be. It's made of ruby. It's a carving of an elephant, and it's like about the size of a cantaloupe, a little smaller than like a bowling ball or something.
trash fruit.
Honeydew? Should I have said
Kurt, how
honeydew?
dare
Would that
you.
have been better?
Don't you come at my
honeydew is worse.
Is it? Thank you, Melissa. I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Uh,
Melissa?
I said honeydew is worse than cantaloupe.
They're both trash melons, though.
They're bad. I think as a nature cleric, Reya is interested in the guard drake, the hatchlings, the 2 hatchlings, and
Mhm.
knowing how how easy it is to tame them and make them your friends. I could pick one. I'm more interested in the guard drake than the
Make a
Glimmer Wing.
nature check.
I'm actually not that good at nature.
Yeah, because it's an intelligence score. It's so annoying.
Love
It
it.
is.
Yeah, it's intelligence for some reason.
Because
Those of us
it's
that normally
about-
play druids are like, why are we bad at nature?
Because it's about remembering things. It's like
stupid, Rich.
It's
Why
not
is that
stupid.
intelligence?
Because that's the only thing that intelligence does in the whole game anymore is those 4 skills.
knowing things.
Yeah, that's it. It's only those 4 skills.
Remembering things and knowing things are different.
Right.
Look, you want to
Both
survive in the woods,
intelligence.
roll survival. But if you want to know things, you got to read a book, baby.
With the 16 intelligence.
How many plant books you read, Taylor?
0. You know how much I know about plants? So fucking much.
Because of your intelligence. We have taken a far left turn.
Guys, we're
Guard
talking
drakes.
about making Philly just today, and I really want Taylor going 0. If someone could just GIF that would be great.
Somebody
Please.
clip that.
0.
Zero.
Some real Sam Riegel energy.
Hey,
by the way.
Reggie, what's your dexterity modifier?
0.
0.
There we go.
I really love me still getting irate that intelligence is an important ability score. As slowly over
it's important
decades,
for me.
I have
It's
watched
not.
intelligences fall from grace
Oh,
as
wait,
charisma climbs from the ashes
Don't
to
put this on
dominate
grace.
Just one
intelligence.
Hey,
sec.
listen.
Hold on. This one thing, I'm just gonna say. Just because this is great. I would like to cast guidance on myself, which I don't think I've used for like 12
30
episodes.
sessions.
So
Go for it.
let's
Cast guidance.
see.
Cast guidance.
To be fair, the abilities listed
19.
with the skills are primary suggestions. Any skill can be used with
Ooh.
any ability given the circumstance.
Mhm.
Ancient turn.
Fair enough.
Yes.
And I will
love that.
use intelligence every time. 19. You know, Reya, guard drakes literally are there to be trained to guard things. They are very, very trainable. They are like a supremely people-friendly creature. They will like bond with their owner /s, and they're very accommodatable as trainable pets,
Great.
allies, companions.
Amazing.
Doc is intrigued by the antique gnomish whir wheel.
Mhm.
Seems like the most
give me a
mechanical
number.
thing in the list.
Adorable.
Yep.
25.
Take 20. Then you roll a 20 on your check.
25. The mechanical gnomish whir wheel. I think that the writing like in the thing notes that it is in fact like a piece of ancient technology from Lun itself, originally designed and built here. And make a what's the check here?
I'll take Arcana.
Yeah, make an Arcana check. Yeah,
Yeah.
with your intelligence.
The egg looks like one of those Veggeoed cakes.
Oh my god. A 13 here. As you're scoping it out, you get a notion. You've seen some designs probably that Axel used to like work on and repair in his shop, which is like giving you a little bit of a leg up on this, where you've seen these types of things as the propulsion system for ships before, where they are able to push the ship through water like a propeller. But in fact, you imagine that this gnomish whir wheel, given its like lack of connection to anything else, would rather operate excellently to circulate air in a room should it be attached to such a place and elevated above said room. It would do a very excellent job creating a movement of airflow, drawing fresh air in, blowing fresh air out. That you think is what the gnomish whir wheel will do.
Really handy for bedrooms and
How
Hot
highly
area.
disappointing. You're trying to sell me a ceiling fan?
I didn't say I was trying to sell it. I just told you it was there.
I want to refer to fans as a wheel whirls for the rest of my life.
I'm a
Yeah,
big
gnomish
fan.
whirly wheels. Yeah.
Rich, quick question. How close can I get to the stage?
Oh, you can walk right down up to the orchestra pit if you want.
I do.
Sorry,
I'm
there
actually-
also is a giant dragon token just on the board.
Yeah.
Have we?
Uh,
Has that been mentioned? Has that been mentioned at all? Has anybody mentioned?
No.
no,
the
that's
dragon-
why
Which
I
one
am
of these
going
is the thing
close.
with
What?
the yellow eyes?
What dragon token? What are you
Can I-
talking about, Grace?
All right. Sorry. Apologies.
What are you
When
talking
I
about?
get there,
Oh
I
my
wanna-
gosh. Oh my
I'm
Wow.
gonna kick off Divine Sense and then lap the room.
Okay. Click Divine Sense. Put Divine Sense in the chat for me for a second.
Only specific stuff, so it's nothing.
Rhea can
Well-
Well, no, I won't interrupt this. Sorry.
While that happens,
Yeah.
can I just have like a brief like follow up with Reg on the
Please.
Dawn Crystal
Yes.
piece of it? Like he's now that Doc has asked, or I forget if it was Lux or Doc. Like now he's like Dawn Crystal. What the hell is that Dawn Crystal?
Make another Arcana check with advantage.
Okay, this time is Arcana. All right,
Mhm.
here we go. Let's go. Arcana avec avantage.
Celestial, Fey, Fiend, and Undead.
Ooh.
25. The double 25.
Oh.
Okay, so Naya, as you make your way down to the front of the room and are scoping out the room, you can perceive celestials, fiends, undead. You perceive no celestials nor undead. As you are scanning the stage, hold on for me a second here. Yep. Nope, it's not a fiend either. Oh, I am lying. Naya. As you are scoping the stage, you absolutely perceive a celestial on the stage. No fiends, no undead. The Dawn Crystal was a relic lost on Fulm Termin during the period of like kind of darkness of that world after the fall of the Fire Giants Empire. The rumors that you have heard about it, of course, you would have to confirm getting it in your hands, are that it allows great mastery and control over fire magics, invulnerability to environmental effects from heat and lava, gases and the like. It allows those who would not be able to move through a place like Fulm Termin easily or the elemental plane of fire. It has its origins in the elemental plane of fire, supposedly, and it would facilitate other individuals to be able to like move kind of freely through those spaces, and was a noteworthy relic of the Fire Giants Empire lost in the darkness afterwards.
Wow.
Jake, you have left the building, correct?
Want.
Cool. I think as you were out on the street, you would catch sight of probably about like 10 minutes or so after like Pernaladrine kind of leaves. He would like, I think you left like right after him. He'd already run out and you followed out a few minutes later. So as you're like out there kind of scoping the city out, it's a bustling place, there's music in the air, there's halflings all over the place, the infrequent elves, a couple of humans moving around.
Spray. Just need a good spray for halflings.
Yeah, exactly. You would see suddenly rising up out of the city, kind of flying, almost like in a school, in a flight together, dragons, the glimmering scales of copper dragons, and you catch like at least a dozen of them kind of rising up. Pernaladrine, like pretty much the largest. I think you recognize him because there's all this kind of variation in them from color one to another. Having just seen this copper dragon and like been like, whoa, just today to see 12 in one place, you're like, whoa, though most of them are a bit smaller than he is, as they take off kind of flying away from the city towards the south. Yep. Got it. Meanwhile, back inside, as you all are kind of scoping out the pamphlet at the auction, anything else noteworthy that you guys are asking about?
I mean, so the way Divine Sense works is that I would know which one is the Celestial. I'm assuming it's that statue, but
correct, it's the statue. Yeah.
Okay. I would go back to the group and be like, hey, so fun fact, so that statue over there is a Celestial, and it looks like it's either frozen or imprisoned. We should maybe do something about that.
It's kind of our thing.
Did you say you didn't know Celestials were a thing?
No, I said that is kind of our thing.
our thing to.
That's kind of crazy.
Reya has moved into the
Um,
area with the people and is sort of like handing out, like gives some pamphlet. He goes, take one, pass it along, and just like, yep.
Mhm.
Oh, more items? Oh, no.
No, just pass them along.
Yep, sure.
Yep.
Oh,
I don't check. Yeah, I don't check to see if they pass them along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Lux is very curious about a couple things. Everything. But I would say mostly the vigilant bat pot, the watchful toad vase, and the bag of holding full of seeds.
That tracks.
But also like more seriously, what was the serious thing that I was looking at? I can't even remember. Oh,
I don't know. You just named like 20 things. Yeah.
3 things.
I know.
The intergrade residue, which sounds like something that we've encountered or are a little bit familiar
Oh,
with.
we had an intergrade transfer
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Taylor. You've reset me here. What are you doing? What are
The
you trying to figure out?
The pot, the vase, the seeds.
Give me numbers.
Fair. 13, 20. Here, how about this? 13, 15, 20.
Bingo.
13, 15, 20. That's what I'm talking about.
Bing, bang, boom.
Yes. So 13. It's a bag of seeds from the planet Rune. It's literally
Yes.
exactly what it says on the page.
Yeah,
You don't need to roll anything.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Figured that.
Yeah. They're 500 individual plants, a collection taken by a botanist who traveled to that place. It is a gathering of 500 individual different plants from the jungle world Rune. Number 15. Make an Arcana check.
Yeah. Let's do that. I clicked it. There it is.
Roll20 can't handle all these
Natural
items.
19.
19. Okay, so you're not like super sure, though you think it and the vigilant bat pot, the watchful toad vase, and the vigilant bat pot.
Mm-hmm.
You have seen many security systems on the various ships that traveled through the stars. Most of the ones that you've spent your time on have been trade vessels and galleons. They have things which need protecting. You imagine that these devices to act as equal part alarm and trap for a specific area, that they are both arcane items that could be placed in a zone, activated, and would respond with some kind of arcane stimuli and likely indicative of like an alarm itself to warn individuals somebody is where they should not be.
Love it.
The nature of their exact workings uncertain to you.
Amazing. Last and probably more importantly is the intergrade residue, which is 18.
Make an Arcana check.
We're not gonna get that good again, are we? Yeah, no.
Close.
That's what you get for asking about 4 different things.
Yeah, it's a jar of glowy stuff.
What can I do? What are you gonna do? Great, love it. Hey, this I don't know, guys. It seems important, maybe.
Which is the
The
thing?
gooey stuff.
Oh, what? You want to purchase some goo?
Mm.
Well, we'd have to sort of outbid everyone for it, but it seems like we all want different things.
Speaking of which, this is perhaps, if I understand this protocol correctly, do we have any money?
We
have
have
so
such
much
great
We have so much
question.
money.
I
It's
honestly
it's in the
have
roll
no
20.
idea how much money I have.
It's in the roll 20 underneath the loot list.
Oh no, Troy knows exactly how much money we have. Reginald though.
Just for
This
yeah.
hopping down out of character of like, yeah, if there's any clarification of things you need or anything up there particularly you guys want, you're welcome to like talk for a second. I'm not going to like auction off all 27 items here, but if there are things you are looking to purchase, there's a system in place for you all to bid and see whether or not you're outbid. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to buy?
Okay, out of character. We got a boatload of money that we've not spent on anything. There's a bunch of things we want on here.
Yeah.
It's almost like those two things have a relationship.
Yes.
Oh wow, yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, so
How
how
does
much do you
character-
have, Naya?
That's the thing. I have no clue. I haven't since I've started. I've not kept track of money because I don't know what the money is here. I have gold.
We
from
have like a
Verdan.
communal.
So its communal
Oh.
pot is
Oh.
33 platinum,
I think
2,965 gold, and 500.
Okay.
I think
I
I
only
have
brought-
managed to miss
I don't-
every single loot distribution session. As far as I know, I have 76 gold.
Yeah.
There's a group pot. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
learning that now.
Does it wait? Is this Futurama rules where because I've time traveled, my gold has appreciated in value? From
Definitely
interest?
not.
No, damn.
No.
I mean, yeah, I have no money on my sheet at
Yeah,
all.
same.
It is all
I-
in the communal pot.
I have like 53 on my
I have-
on
I
my.
have
I
2
have
gold on
14.
my
I
sheet.
think we just need to figure out
I have nothing.
if there's anything we definitely want, if there are things individuals want that we need to tussle over or figure out.
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't want anything. I don't
Yeah.
care.
Individually, I would like that elephant of power because again, it's an elephant, so of course. And then I think in character need to figure out the deal with the celestial.
Rich, just like a random question. If we like if Lux looks at the broad blade of prophecy, like what kind of like not like what does it look like? It like
Longsword.
It's just a longsword.
I mean, it's a like kind of rectangular shaped wide blade. It'd be like a broadsword, but like mechanically, it's a longsword. Yeah.
You told me I already have a sword, Rich, so I listened to you.
Reya wants to rescue the animal, but also it's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm down for the rescuing.
And Reginald is obsessed with the Dawn Crystal and the other thing from Full Term and the Emberstone.
Okay.
He's also now trying to figure out what's up with the Rymax Kingdom and Esper, but
Yeah.
I think that we may not get there. So I'm going to keep it simple.
Yeah, I think Lux is interested in the glowing goo and the bag full of plants. Because some things never change.
So that's what, like 10 things? No big deal. No
Part
big
of me
deal.
almost wishes you put the Barbasol can from Jurassic Park up there and just
Yeah.
like, well, it looks like a
Big fan.
Barbasol can, but inside there.
This map's been burning a
Dino
hole in my
DNA.
pocket for months. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's very exciting. I don't know. It's
Also,
there's lots.
there's a world in which we feel like we have a lot of gold, and also we don't have a lot of gold comparatively to all these people who are about to start bidding.
Random
So-
people, yeah.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Okay, I'm tracking the elephant, the guard drakes, the dawn crystal, and the giant's weapon there, and the goo and the seeds. Right?
The giant weapon is a broadsword or the longsword?
There's a broadsword there. I'm talking about the Emberstone of King
Oh.
Fulm Tournament. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, okay.
I mean, I don't know. Throw the sword on there.
Okay.
I'm curious.
Mhm. Can't have enough swords.
I can never have enough swords. Oh my god, are you
Never
kidding me?
enough.
Got it. With that, I guess you guys can like continue talking or figure out what you want. Is there like a discussion here, or should we just go down the line?
Are they auctioning them off in order?
It's gonna go like down the list. So we'll start with like the low numbers, and it'll work its way forward. Yeah.
Sorry, can you clarify for me what the celestial that you detected is one of these items?
It's the statue number 4. Number 4.
And
Hmm.
it is a celestial, not just like feels like celestial adjacent.
It's a select.
I don't
a
know what the
celestial.
hell.
Oh my god, we were so rude. Ben, do you want anything?
Oh, hey,
Ben!
forgot about you.
Oh my.
Have you
I'll
been?
be honest with you. I'm just glad to be included in the
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. We've just been.
No
ignoring you.
problem. I know, really, I'm a bit annoying sometimes, so I just try to follow the leader and stay quiet until I'm addressed.
Aw,
Do you know
Ben.
anything about any of these items?
I'm sure I do, but that would be too easy. Which one are you talking about, Ray?
Oh, definitely talking about the Glimmerwing Hatchling. The Arcadian.
All right. I mean, let's find out.
Amazing.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
What is he? He's a
Hey,
kobold.
hey,
Kobold.
Troy.
Do they know
What
things?
is he?
Let's find out.
Do you know this fact? Let's find out.
I guess guidance from
Truly
D&D
here
is
for
weird.
y'all. Oh, yeah. Ben just
Truly,
rolled like a
truly.
big fat 25 on that. What did you ask
Oh.
about? I'm sorry.
The Arcadian
God.
Glimmerwing Hatchling.
16.
Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Such a pretty
I
thing.
think he's like, I'll be honest with you. I've never seen anything like that anywhere else, but my understanding is that this Kingdom of Blossoms that's located here on Lund, it's not actually on Lund, technically. It's actually in the Arcadian realm, which is kind of like the Feywild, sort of, but it's its own little version, I believe, that's affiliated here with Lund. And so that, I would imagine, just from inference, is in fact a Fey dragon that has been born and then is brought out. Now, I don't think it's like your little buddy Ian. I think it's going to get a little bigger than that, with fewer wings and probably a little less prettier. It is a guard drake. Most of this is just simple deduction, Reya, but I'm an old man and I've spent a lot of time learning things from books because I've got a high intelligence, so that's my best guess.
That's great.
My goodness.
Well, seems like it's about to start.
Oh, wow, what great timing. Look, the silver guard drake is up for auction. Do you guys want to bid?
Which one's that one?
What's the bid start at? It's a guard drake, a silver guard drake, like a.
Starting.
I thought they were going to go in order.
Yeah, I thought they
No?
were going in order.
Oh, we are.
500 gold.
We are. I thought that was the
This
lowest
is the
number.
lowest numbered item
That's-
that we're bidding on.
Well,
Wait,
I
definitely-
think number 4, we have an interest in.
Oh, the silver guard
Oh,
drake.
that's
is-
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
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 Celestial.
Oh, yeah.
A statue of the solar Mistral who is conjured to defend against the nightmare tide, supposedly carved by master artist Nimish Wayrocket, up for auction. Starting bid 2,000 gold pieces. Any takers?
I mean, what are we looking
Naya
at here?
Wait
bids.
for it. Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh gosh, my dice are not working, so I'm gonna
It's
have
a
to break out.
It's a
real
living
dice.
creature. We have to
Yeah,
help.
this is the only thing I care about.
Also, point of order. If this
There are
thing
other living
held
creatures.
back some
There are
sort
a
of
couple other living
shadow,
creatures.
Well, sure. But this thing also apparently held back some sort of shadow waves. Feels relevant to something hoeing up there in the sky right now.
What if we like release it though and it like destroys a bunch of stuff?
It's a celestial. It'll probably destroy a couple things, but ideally they'd all be evil. So
Naya bids 2,000. A bid comes in 2,500 from one of the halflings up in the front.
Naya says, "Hey, knock it off."
You guys bid again?
2,501.
There we go.
250 gold increments. You want to go 2,750?
Sure.
Oh,
I was gonna pull a.
27.50.
I was gonna pull an office with Dwight doing the one penny over and over again.
Yeah, that would be brutal and an excruciating time for us over the course of the next 15 minutes. Get raised one more time, 3,000. Same
He-
person.
Niall looks over to Doc.
Do it.
I think they turn, scowling back at you. Like,
I definitely look over and like wink at them.
amazing.
If there's a charm check I can do here, by all means.
No, they actually don't bid. Go for it. Make a persuasion check at them. Go for it.
Persuasion? Cool.
Yeah. And I think that the auctioneer, a small halfling standing on a tall pedestal, and they just like wrinkle their nose and like turn back away from you, Naya. But they do not
I have
bid
a
again.
+7 to persuasion.
Yeah, that's
that is what that
staggeringly
rolls.
bad roll.
You rolled a
Yep.
2.
And yeah, the auctioneer just like calls out, "The statue of the soul of Mr. Gold, red name is Red Rock, is going to the little green person in the back. 3,250 gold pieces."
I'm 5'6". I'm not that small anymore.
I mean,
Uh,
the shortest one on the ship.
All of you relax.
No, I think that
That's-
Reginald looks back at the others and suddenly like realizes like, I believe that's all the gold we have.
I thought you guys said you had a
Yeah.
bunch of platinum.
We have 33 platinum, but yeah, we have 20,
That's only
29,
330 gold.
65 gold. Yeah, that's not a lot of gold.
I thought because that's the gold.
Oh, I forgot. So I have 402 gold. I can throw in. I
Oh
don't know
no,
if it's too
but
much,
just,
but-
yes, we did.
I think
try
we're
to-
probably out on all the other items.
Yeah, probably.
You know,
That's what I'm
it's
suddenly
fine.
realizing.
Anybody know how to unstone a celestial?
Let's worry about that next.
Ooh.
yeah.
Wait, I'm an idiot. I'll wait till we're done here because I realize I can effing talk to this thing. Because
Yeah,
if
so
it is
can
a
I.
celestial, I can telepathically talk to it.
Do you say this out loud?
No, this is just Kevin talking, realizing this is
Okay.
the case.
Potentially tomorrow I could maybe try to remove it from stone. Not today though.
Okay. So with that, was
No, I
there an
could do that today,
inadvertent
actually.
economics mix-up, and that's it? You guys purchased the statue, and we move forward. I will give you a moment to like
Yeah.
revise decisions here.
Well,
I
we
don't
would.
wanna, like,
No, if we're
change-
watching the this is great. If we're
It's
watching the
kinda-
auction, is there literally nothing? Like, where does the Drake Warden start? What does it start at?
500.
Interesting.
We now have 45 gold.
Someone just said they had 400 gold in their inventory and just bought a giant stone statue. No, it's fine. It's fine.
You would think the early numbers would start cheaper, but here we are.
I'm not gonna lie. Troy definitely looked at it. Was like, we're good. We got thousands.
I
of gold,
realized
and we
pretty
have
quickly,
platinum."
but I didn't want to.
Oh yeah, when it was like 2,500, I was like, that's everything we're gonna be able to buy today,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Yeah, I was like, wait, how much is 33 platinum? That's
And I
only
do now
300
love. I love the image of like that, getting convinced that that's what we need to do, and then now like the montage of all the things being sold that
you
we wanted,
being like
and
sold
us
off.
just watching them getting auctioned off.
Just to run down,
Mm-hmm.
the Guardrake start at 500. The Dawn Crystal starts at 1,500. The Giant's Emberstone also starts at 1,500. The Goo starts at 500. The Plants start at 500. The Sword starts at 2,000. Yeah.
And the elephant? Like
Oh.
20?
Yeah, no. The Elephant starts also at 500.
So sorry, don't we have like 700 then? Can I not do math?
Can you just? It's just. How much
It-
did we
it
pay for that?
was
3,000.
3,250.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had to take the
3,250.
bid
Someone
up front.
edit the loot sheet.
I can. I have not yet. But we had 2965 gold plus another 330 gold worth of platinum, which is a total of 3295
Plus
Which leaves us-
400 from me now.
plus 400 from you. So we are at 445 gold
Right.
left.
My nice little 14 gold you can add there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can add my 2 gold.
Okay. 445 plus 16, which is 461.
Did I just bankrupt the Dragonfly? On
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
did.
did. You did.
Yeah.
By putting a live creature in front of Naya and the rest of the crew.
I mean,
There
we-
are 2 other live creatures that like are actually like alive and breathing and aren't statues on that side as well.
Uh-huh.
So the auction plays out as the lot of you sit like, while the many things you were interested in get sold off. Notably, not everything sells. Some of the items are not sold. Though we will revisit which of those later, because I'm not going to sit here and make a series of rolls to figure that out. As the auction comes to a close, you are instructed that you can go to the main foyer to make purchase and receive your goods after money is exchanged. And notably, coming down from upstairs, I think Veronica Okoye comes back down, this little kind of martial halfling woman with this like group of other halflings around her as they make their way down towards you all. And I think that Veronica is just like, well, I hope that you enjoyed that auction. I'm really surprised you guys bought the statue, but that's supposedly a great work from the ancient days here in Copperport, before the halflings even established themselves here. So congratulations. It's a true historical find.
Yeah, we're great art collectors.
I would like to express an objection to the purchase, to the sale. Yes, an objection.
And I think it's that one of the halflings, this little fellow with like a beard, this like very well manicured beard. He's wearing these kind of like fine, like silk garments, right? This like kind of bluish robe over him as he like steps forward and is like, "What is your objection, good sir?"
I believe that and I think like Reg like briefly like looks over to Naya to see if like they're supportive of his actions here.
I don't know what your objection is gonna be, so
okay, all right. So the Reg is like, okay, I'm out on a limb here. Here we go. We have reason to believe that the information presented in the auction was in fact fraudulent. Did not represent the true reality of what was presented before us. For that reason,
I'll be perfectly frank with you, sir. I mean, I am here as a witness and a purchaser, much as yourself. My name is... what is his name? My name is Aloysius Hydrian, I think he says to you. I am...
Did you have to roll some sort of die in order to...
No, I'm sorry. I had to consult my physical notes, as sometimes many names rattle through my head, and it is hard to remember precisely which one. My name is Aloysius Hydrian. I am the first seat of the council here in Copperport in Lund, and I certainly would take issue if that were the case. I know that the management of the auction itself expects that the sellers offer valid information to them, but I am one step removed from this process, merely a bureaucrat and administrator of the city, not this particular endeavor.
Hey, Reg, can I talk to you for a quick moment, or just come on over here? Just come here.
One moment, please.
Hey, so I understand. I'm talking in a whisper, just FYI. So I understand what you're trying to go for here, and maybe we can, say that this was fraudulent, so maybe it's not the price that it's listed for. But if they are bureaucrats and they work for the city, and any of this money is going to any of them, the fact that this is a real-life celestial will probably mean it's worth way more than we actually did pay for it, and they're probably going to try to take a lot more money out of our hands.
I simply do not believe that one should be auctioning off a living sentient creature such as that. If what you've described is correct, that's not right. It's not right.
Oh yes, I'm well aware, Reg.
And you would be fine. Our hard-earned money, in almost its entirety, going to fund that.
No, our hard-earned money will ideally go for us to freeing this person from their prison, which seems to be of stone.
I simply want to have my cake and eat it too. Is that so bad?
Oh, no, I would love to eat some cake with you, but maybe that's for some other time.
If there's a way that Reya or someone else could free this person, could we not? Ah, goodness, I couldn't do it until tomorrow. Would you prefer that I remove my objection?
Did anyone else hear this, or is it just the two of us?
You
I
said you were
think-
whispering.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
two of you
that's
have walked off to like a quiet space, right? There's like people kind of moving in groups. You're in a giant
Yeah.
building, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I'm wrong, and then, well, I owe you a lot of money, but I'll figure out a way to make it up to you.
Well, that's. I'm sure something could be. No, it's not at all. It's a goodness. Good. Yes. I have spoken to my client, and we've. I apologize for the confusion. We were fighting earlier, and I believe I have yet to have a rest. So
That's entirely fine. It happens with my partner and I all the time. I understand these things are natural. I welcome you all to Copperport. Veronica's information is slightly troubling. The Bright Wolf has taken the wings to, well, scour the wilderness to see what might be seen, but it's my understanding that all of you bore witness to some type of portal. You were attacked on your arrival?
Yep.
I see. That's deeply troubling to us. We have, well, to put it plainly, a very peaceful lifestyle here on Mun. We have had no great conflicts here, and as long as my grandfather could remember, at least. The ancient days are a different story. There's much that's lost and shrouded in mystery there, and we're uncertain of, but I understand that the sage has been roused, that you might speak with them. You have questions, something to the matter of the Listerstrand in the first days.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so Lux is like nodding. I think Lux is like waiting for the person that is gonna buy the bag of plants.
Because that's the priority.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's full of 500 plants and it was like auctioned off.
No, it's
starting at
full of
500
500
right?
seeds.
Seeds, yeah, very notably.
Yes. Excuse me.
Who knows a lot about plants now? I'm just kidding.
Name 500 plants, Rich.
Oh no!
What was I doing today? Rattling off plant names to you in the Discord?
It's true, I used to.
To be fair,
Zero.
those were fake. So you were making them up. So
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
didn't get
making
those
them
out of
up.
books.
Genuine plant names.
You see the person who purchased said plants, and they're like clearly talking. It's a halfling who's talking like another halfling. The pair of them kind of like in close, like talking closely with one another. Yeah.
Okay, so I think Lux like approaches like rather quickly. Hello, hi there. My name.
Hello? I think one of them like looks at you a little weird. Hello? And the other one's like, hi.
Hi, my name is Lux. Yeah, we're me and my friends were new here. Like I'm strange or whatever. Like I'm different, whatever.
Obviously.
Yep. So listen, I am sort of decorating my really cool spaceship, and I was wondering if I could give you like a couple gold for like one of those seeds.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm proficient in that. That's great. 17.
And I think you see him like The like one guy is like, if you could just give us a moment, and they kind of lean in and are consulting a little bit, like, shh,
Just one.
Sure.
Just one.
you want one seed?
Okay.
25 gold.
25 gold.
Hey,
You like got the
it's a hot commodity.
15 gold.
Yeah, all right, fine. My husband is being a jerk. He does not like outsiders. That's fine. It's fine.
Well, we're about to save this planet, so
Look at the
like
poor girl. She
you
wants
maybe
to
should be like a little bit nicer to us, okay?
I'm
Like,
not
sorry,
even
you
from a
know-
planet
what?
who like really uses a coinage system, and I realize we don't have an endless amount of gold. 15 gold for a
Okay.
seed?
It's fine. That's fine. Yes, here. Is there a specific one?
Seed funding.
Can I like reach in the bag and like feel around for a second?
Kurt's leaving, I think. Kurt died, actually.
Kurt did die. You killed Kurt. What you do, Troy?
You said seed funding.
Shot in the heart.
Very
My
good.
God.
They're like, yeah, I mean, maybe. All right, come on, let's go. We have to go pay for it anyway.
Yeah, no, we're busy too, so I'm really
Did you
being
say
annoying
you're
at
going to
this
try
point.
to save our planet from?
No. She didn't say anything. It's fine. Don't worry. Okay.
Everything's
come on.
fine. Don't worry. Everyone's
Okay,
totally-
yeah, great.
safe.
Yeah.
Lux
Wasn't the
sticks her hand
halfling
in the
like
back.
yelling in the thing? Be like, we gotta get the wings! Like, wait. Yeah, no.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
that in the back. But you guys were like pretty far in the back, like not down near the orchestra. With that, I think they like you were able to follow this pair of halflings into like the front area where they're like paying for the seeds. The seeds are kind of like handed over from the back. They like hand the bag, and so the halflings like come up to you, Lux. They'll take your 15 gold and be like, okay.
Great.
And so what are you trying to
Thanks.
do? Just reach in and randomly grab a seed?
Yeah.
More.
Just one? Are you sleight of handing?
Yeah.
You're gonna rob the poor halfling people?
Poor halfling people. They're anything but poor. They just spent 500 gold on a
Exactly.
bag
Now
of
they're
seeds.
super poor.
Just like us.
Yeah, just like us, who have now spent 15 more gold on a single seed.
Listen, we're about to help some dragons.
Well, maybe more. Maybe more. Maybe we
What's
got
that
more
have
than
to
one
do with-
seed. Let's see.
Dragons have so
They might not give it to us.
Can I,
many. We'll see.
Rich? Do I see somebody walking out with the Drake, the guard Drake hatchling?
Yes. Hold on one second.
Look, we can't all be rich.
No, hold on.
True.
The Arcadian Guard Drake hatchling did not sell, but you do see the silver Guard Drake being like handed over to somebody, and they're like, "Here's a leash. Here's a bridle. Here's a chew toy. You're gonna want to get him some bones.
I just
You're
shed
gonna
one
go
single
for your
tear
shoes."
and
you
then
know?
leave it.
Aw.
What could have been?
We can come back for the other one.
What could have been?
Mhm,
Uh,
there it is.
Yeah, are you sleight of handing, Taylor? Come on. What are you doing?
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Sorry.
I'm sorry, no
yes,
pressure.
yes. I will. Lex will like. Probably honestly like not even on purpose, and she just is grabbing like a few and this like.
I'm gonna rob the people, but
That
not
one?
on purpose.
Not on
Taylor,
purpose.
that
Fine. I don't want
That
to like.
That really
really
holds
rough.
up well on court. Let me
yeah,
tell you.
that's what I was gonna say. It holds up super well in court.
Yeah.
They're like,
Make
oh,
the
you
sleight
did
of
it on
hand check,
purpose?
not on
Look,
purpose. Lux.
accidental theft of plants.
She's
is
either
just a
stealing from
misdemeanor.
them or she's
Ran
not.
into
You
my
can't have
knife
it both ways,
17
Taylor.
times.
Make the sleight of hand check, not on purpose, Lux.
No, I'll just take one seed. Let's just
Hey.
make this.
Oh,
Whoa,
You do you.
whoa, yeah.
No,
We're
no,
having
not really.
mistakes here.
No, no. It's
There's
fine.
like the
just
moment
take
of like you're going through this whole process internally where you're like, oh God,
Yeah.
how closely are they watching?
Yeah, she has
me?"
two in her hand. Drop one. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait for like 6 months when you like it grows the most magnificent thing, the most valuable thing we've ever. Like, why didn't you steal two? Oh, why didn't you
Do me a
I mean,
favor,
we
roll
literally
a
have this thing
100-sided,
that
Taylor.
grows rubies. Like,
Could you roll a
Yeah, how do we
100-sided
only
for me,
have as much
Taylor?
gold as we did?
yes, 100
The
sided.
rubies haven't finished growing yet.
37.
Got it. Okay.
Do you have a list of 500 plants?
I might, Melissa. I'm a madman. I
How
do
many
love
of
Madman.
them
It's good.
have a ... question mark?
Yeah.
You like that? Come on, I wasn't going to tell you guys what that thing was. So
We have the statue. Melissa, does Doc have telepathy?
No.
Oh.
That
You
seems like a
guys are-
random thing for her to have.
Do you want me to move it? This is. Should we go? Should we bring it back
She
somewhere?
can speak Celestial though, so she might just talk at it.
How big is it?
it's huge. I mean, it's like
Can I
it's
move it?
quite big. So as you all are like here, are you going to pay for the statue? 3,250
Yes.
gold. At which point they like open up this kind of side door and out come like a couple of halflings, and the statue is on like a dolly, right? It's rolling on these wheels, and they just kind of like roll it out into the foyer. They're like, are you gonna take it with you, or would you like to have it delivered to a specific location?
Yeah, can you deliver it to our ship, please?
Of course, yes. The name of the ship.
The Dragonfly. It's in the
Ooh,
port.
that's
Yeah.
a new one.
Looks like a dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
While this is all going on,
Yep.
can I reach out telepathically to this?
Sure, you can.
Thanks.
And
Oh.
I just want to say, while this is going on, Reg is definitely going to just like poke his head out a door to make sure that Jake is like not, jumped in a hole or whatever. He's okay.
Where is Jake? Is Jake just hanging out like mostly near the theater?
Yep.
Reg
He's
is-
sitting on the steps outside. Well, no,
Hey, Jake, we spent
sorry.
3,250 gold on this.
No, just 3,000.
3,250.
250.
Yeah.
We did.
I think
wait,
if we're in a back room, I think Reg.
Yeah.
I think Reg went out, unless y'all wanted to come with.
You gonna go out then, Reg? You like head out to Jake sitting on the
Yeah,
front
I think while
steps.
like that whole interaction with Lux and the whatever, and then Naya sorting out like the payment of the what, like I think Reg just wants to just like pop his head out mostly and just be like, just see if he sees Jake, and it's just like, you good? Are you okay?
Don't buy anything.
Full stop sentence. Oh no! Oh, bad news.
Jake looks like he's thinking out how to finish the sentence, and then he just stops.
I did call out that we need to know if we could store anything we buy, and this one might be a problem.
Bunch of
This one
things.
we might not be able to store.
Bunch of things are happening here. As Reg is like stepped out, Jake's sitting on the front steps of the theater. Naya, you reach your mind to connect with this entity that appears to be a statue and is alluded to have been built by a gnome many, many centuries ago. As your mind touches to like connect with the mind of this thing, there's nothing there. It gives no response to you. And yeah,
Cool.
Jake, what's your passive perception? Super high.
14.
That's not super high, but it's not low. Yeah. So the gnome or the halflings are like, we can have it sent down to the ship, sure, no problem. Is there going to be somebody there that can receive it for us? And I think Ben is just like, I could go back if you want. I'm not. Is that helpful?
That would be great,
That's
Ben.
great.
Also, yeah, make sure that the people who delivered don't talk to anybody but you on the ship, okay?
Oh, no problem. You got it.
Thanks, Ben.
Hey, Reg, do you know of any, I don't know, diseases or poisons that could turn
He's
something to
outside.
stone? Oh,
Are you going to go out front?
I'm gonna go out front.
'Kay.
And if Reg and Jake are both there, I would ask, hey, do either of you two happen to know if any, I don't know, diseases or poisons can turn anything to stone?
I do, but I'm inside.
Cool.
No, I just know they're melded into stones.
Really got to figure out who knows what around here.
Oh my gosh. Incredible.
Does Jake know of any oozes that can turn to
No.
people to stone?
Diseases or poison.
You would, yes. You know of an ooze that can do that for sure.
there's an ooze that can do that. I don't know if it's native to this planet. I've never seen one. I just read a book.
I'm aware of certain arcane effects that can make one, appear more petrified in a way. I've been working on some things of that nature myself.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. I go back
Well,
inside.
why do you ask, Naya?
Hey, Reg, tell them what we bought. I'll see you later in a few minutes, though.
As you're about to like turn to go back inside, let me pause for a second.
Okay.
You're walking back up the stairs to the front door. Doc, Lux, Reya, the three of you like still in this place. Ben's kind of like working with the halflings, like, yeah, I'll show you right where it is. It's a pretty nifty place you got here. What is there anything happening with the three of you at these like moments while everybody else is outside?
Yeah, I think Lux is like walking back to him, like triumphantly holding up one of these seeds. I got one.
Oh, great. They just gave you one for free?
No,
Pardon?
but it wasn't nearly as expensive as the statue or the whole thing. So it was just a little
Was it
bit.
1 gold? Because if they spent 500 gold for 500 seeds, then that means each seed is
The
just worth
market
1
value
gold.
that I think I
Yeah.
was talking about earlier would mean, yeah, about 1 gold piece is the value of 1 seed.
They did bid
Just-
up to 1,000, so it was worth 2 gold.
2 gold pieces.
2 gold. Okay.
Well, actually, no, because it was in a bag of holding. And a bag of holding, how much would a bag of holding
Oh, that's
be worth?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah.
bit. So, one and change.
Yeah. So,
Why do they need a bag of holding for 500 seeds? Like, you just need a bag.
Regular bag.
Yeah, you need a
you are
very
underestimating
small
how much
bag
500
of
seeds.
yeah.
I mean, like, maybe one of the seeds was like this big.
Yeah,
Could be
maybe
a
the
coconut.
seeds are big.
Oh yeah, how big is the seed that I took out?
It's
Yeah, how
actually
big
not
is it?
that big. Yeah, I mean, it's just like this. You were,
I mean, that's kind
cool.
of big
It's a
for
pretty big
It's a
seed.
big-
Yeah.
yeah, it's
that's
more
a
like a
big
nut.
seed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're talking like
Yeah.
peach pit.
Yep.
Yeah, see, it's like a pit.
so yeah, so like,
Uh,
2
So
gold,
like
like
2
1
gold.
or 2 gold.
So, like a little more than 2 gold.
Well, like 3 or 4.
But
I think as
Yeah.
this is happening,
Even
the
like
2
5 or
halflings
6,
with the
really,
bag
right?
of
Like
holding are like,
3 times inflation.
oh no.
yeah, the halflings with the bag of holding walking past you, and I think you with the high perception probably hear at least Ray as they're like, yeah, these outlanders with the delusions of grandeur. She's gonna save the planet. She just paid all that money for the seed. Whatever. Don't worry about it. Don't try to rob them next time as they like walk past you out the door.
Look, do never once in your whole life tell me how much you paid for that seed.
Yeah.
Great.
Meanwhile, outside, Naya turns and begins walking back up the steps. The clicking of like their boot as they're like climbing step after step towards the entrance. Jake, Professor, the pair of you like standing here, a shadow like casts over your face. And I think that like both of you just kind of glance up for a moment and you see this like darkened kind of black slit appearing across the sky and a singular shape drop out of it. And it's one small thing high in the sky as it begins dropping down, a dark shape with the wings marked much like those that you have seen, though as it is descending closer and closer, faster and faster, kind of plummeting from the air, you realize like its wings are kind of massive. It bears no rider upon its back, but you are pretty confident, given all that you've seen in the last 24 hours, that a dragon has emerged from this portal of darkness in the sky and is streaking towards the city. What would you like to do?
What are the other people? What are the citizens doing?
So I think that there's a point, like you're seeing a few folks like looking up and a few people glancing, and then like suddenly urgency seems to be coming about them. There is this sort of interaction as though like, oh yeah, this is a thing we see. There's dragons that fly around. Wait, I think you hear a couple of people like, that can't be one of the coppers. Look, it's black. I've never heard of a black dragon. And I think that like the person with them kind of grabs them like, we must go. We have to go quickly back home. And you're seeing people like suddenly kind of coming to attention, like left and right all over the place. These small pockets of citizens, eyes turning up, fingers like pointing into the sky as people are beginning to kind of like pick up and start moving with alacrity in like various directions.
Jake is going to do something he has never done before. He's going to fully withdraw into his shell.
Yep.
And I think with that, I think Reginald was like probably mid-sentence explaining like, well, it's a bit of a long story about what the purchase. And I think Reginald witnesses Jake before he notices the Drake. And I think it's that then kind of slowly, like, you kind of see the look. And I have an important question for Rich. I dropped Arcane Recovery in the chat, and I just didn't want to interrupt the flow. My question was, did we have enough of a break to...
Let's say that your time in the auction house could have easily constituted a long or a short rest for anybody who needed stuff back,
Wait.
recovery, recuperation.
Both or just a short? Did you mean
Short.
rest?
Yeah,
rest.
I was
I
overstating.
got very excited.
We were in there for 8 hours.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Auctions are long.
Jake recovered hit points while outside.
I do think then with that, Reginald will rush forward toward where Jake is and cast a spell as this thing appears. Well, let me ask, does this thing appear hurling toward us or toward a different part of the city, or
different part of the city, like east of you? It's like diving down towards like the kind of like, so you're on like, if you imagine the city butted up against the water, against a large lake, it's coming in on like the western side, and you're on like the eastern side, right? Like,
and how far away roughly?
It's still like got some distance coming out of the air. I mean, like it's over like, you know, a few thousand feet away.
Okay, I think Reginald's immediately rushing over toward Jake and just like trying to like shake him. She's like, we have to go. Please, are you okay? What's happened? What's occurring?
I'm hiding.
His voice.
And I think like with that, Reginald's kind of looking at the rest of watching the scene unfold from a distance, unable to do much. He says, that much is true. And then darts as fast as he can back inside.
Okay, Naya, what are you doing in this moment as you're on the stairs? Did you like not phase it and just like head back inside?
I was heading back inside, and I suppose if I hear the commotion, Naya would turn and look and see, I guess, this dragonfly up in the sky. They would turn and look back at the auction house, and somewhere in their mind they would think, maybe a long time ago, in a little different world, they would have probably gone to try to awaken the Celestial first. But this version of them feels a little bit differently. And the thought of fighting a dragon is just too much fun to ignore. And so they head towards the dragon.
Okay, as you start like coming down the stairs, the professor like coming up the stairs, like you see like Naya like eyes like to the sky, striding confidently down the stairs.
We must alert the others.
You go do that! I've got a dragon to fight! As they pull out their sword and shield.
And I think it's at that moment that Reginald like stops and realizes like, oh, and reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out the sending stone.
Excellent.
There's a dragon on the loose, and it's a bad one, and one must come outside immediately. Jake is in his shell and hiding. Please and thank you. Goodbye.
And so, yeah, I think
Let's
you
go.
hear this. What do
Yeah.
you three do outside?
Jeez. I think Lux like pulls her bow out and like runs outside.
Ben, make sure it gets to the Dragonfly. We'll meet you later.
Right, you got it.
Stay safe, please. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow,
actually,
what's going on?
when
As
they,
you guys all
when they
go by.
deliver it, you should get asked to come down and also be there with you, because I think that they won't mess with anything in the Dragonfly at all. So if ask is there, so do that, and then we'll be back.
You got it. I'll pretend he's my orb of destruction. Good luck. It's like you guys are like running out the front door. Like,
Great.
you're muted, Melissa.
You're muted, Melissa.
You're making great hand gestures.
I'm very excited to see what you were saying.
I was gonna say I need that entire scene played out of like Ask and Ben pretending that Ask is the orb of
Ben
destruction.
being the like
Yeah.
when the furniture delivery guys get there.
Well, my whole planet, I was a warlord. Yeah, I think I think that
Oh my God.
as the three of you come like racing out, Naya, you like kind of like race down next to Jake, who's like tucked up in the shell. You pull your sword, and you just hear this voice like coming from the blade, like, "Oh, I smell evil in the air. This is a dragon that we can bleed, my friend."
Told you we were gonna have a good time, so fair trade-off now for me, putting you away later so I can have my own fun.
Oh, yes, this is going to be truly delightful. As the dragon at this point has like swept down over the tops of buildings, and you watch as it's like this like radiant aura. I think just as the front doors to the auction house to the theater are thrown open, Doc, Waffle, Lux, Reya, the three of you come like barreling out. You're standing at the top of the stairs. You see the dragon like swoop these buildings, and this cloud of just like black kind of vapor rolls out and begins just like washing over the buildings. In the distance you hear like screams, chaos, now like true panic is beginning to like set into the people around the city, as like halflings are kind of running in every direction. You're hearing yelling from back inside the auction house. I think you hear Ben's voice like, "Well, all right, we got to get this thing to our ship," and somebody's like, lock the doors, get the kobold out of the way," and like doors are being like slammed closed. The lot of you are able to kind of, you're all like massed up at the top of the stairs except Naya and Jake down at the bottom. The dragon kind of like sweeps up and is like pulling away from the city, like circling around. What would you all like to do?
How far away is it?
It's like a ways away on the other side of the city, right? It's definitely like a few thousand feet through like streets and alleys and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
There's no sight. No, I wouldn't have known there was a bunch of copper dragons. Never mind.
Nope. They all flew away.
I wouldn't have known that anyway.
Is there anybody like guards or
Yes.
Veronica, is like she anywhere?
Yeah,
that
so
we can
you have
see?
not seen her come running out of the building yet, but you are
Okay.
seeing little contingents of halflings in like chain hauberks and like these kind of matching tabards, like running down the streets and like patrols, many of them with like crossbows, spears, and arms. Yeah.
Can I
Alright,
make
think
a...
Lux.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you can.
I wanted to make. Is there any indication of what the dragon might be trying, what it might target or go after? Does that make sense?
So yeah, Lux is on the same wavelength, and she's like gonna try and grab somebody to ask what direction that's in that we can like head in.
So
I
as
think
you're
Lux is there,
scanning,
like,
Grace,
there.
you see it's like circling around, that it's trying to smash into like the highest kind of district in the city. Much of the city is built in these kind of like rising tiers and with towers, and it seems to be like diving and striking up at like the top spot, right? The like highest ground of the city itself. And it Lux, as you grab somebody, they're like,
How do we get
Those
there
are the
now?
government
How do we get there
buildings.
fast?
those
How
are
do
the
we get there?
council buildings. I don't know. Run. I guess she says to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go, you guys.
All right.
And I think
Okay.
like Reginald takes off. Long distance running, not his strong suit.
I would just maybe like, if it's gonna try to get things that are high, is there any utility? We do have a ship and
Reginald was just
Should
about
we-
to say.
Is
I
the
just-
dragonfly
before we-
closer? Like, can we get to the dragonfly like real fast?
It's much closer. Yeah.
Oh,
To the
hell yeah!
ship?
To the ship. Yeah, absolutely.
Ben, the ship might not be there.
Yeah, that might be the way to go. For
you
some reason, I thought that we were like closer, in the city farther. Yeah.
Well, you only walked for a couple of minutes. Were you trying to
Yep.
say something, Kurt? You looked like you were biting something.
When Jake hears multiple voices of his crewmates, he will emerge from his shell.
Okay. Jake like popping out as a lot of you come running down to the stairs, and you're like looking, like splitting the difference. You see the like harbor, the hummingbird nest, not nearly so far as this dragon as it sweeps. I think you watch as it like sweeps down again. The group of you are gonna like take off, make a break for the ship. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you race towards the ship, like watching in the distance, there are halflings like running everywhere. You see a few elves like come running past you, bows clutched in hand. I think you hear one of them to the other like, we've got to help them. They're the first line of everything in this world, as they're like running through the streets, like back in the direction of where all this chaos is going on. The group of you like racing up towards the hummingbird nest. You see like a handful of these halfling guards. They seem like a bit out of sorts. One of them is like, we need to do our jobs. This is what we've been paid for all these years. Just hold the ports. Hold the ports. It may not even come this way. And as they see you coming, one of them is like, those are those new folks in the little ship like the bug. Yeah. And so you guys are gonna like go racing up for the ship. I think that like as they see you coming, they start to move the like ramp, kind of like leaning out. The like cell on the side of the like little crystal globe opens. You guys are able to come like running up onto the ship. Yeah, who wants to take the wheel here?
I'm getting to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Naya, as much fun as they've had flying, I think fighting is too much of a big draw.
Yeah, I guess
We
Lux
really
will
have to
like
have-
get them there
Jeez.
before like because she can just with her and you all know at this point like with Lux's newfound kind of power that she like when she fades away she can just like kind of bamf to the top deck if she needs to.
Oh.
So, the group of you racing up onto the ship, Lux running for the helm, throws herself into the seat of the Spelljammer. Most of you racing to the upper decks as Lux, like close your eyes, slipping back into the great stone throne, your eyes melding into those of the Dragonfly, your vision kind of superimposing over as the ship begins to rise. And I think we watch the whole side of this kind of glass steel container fade away, the ship like rising up out of it. The dragon at this point has like dived the city multiple times. As you all start racing towards it, it kind of like sees you and begins rising up into the air, flying for the portal from which it emerged. Are you following it, Lux? Okay.
Yeah.
Reginald is going to be up. The professor is going to be up on the top of the ship and waiting to get within a certain range of the dragon.
Is Lux able to like have this like sending stone near her and like
Like
yell
that,
into
too.
it?
Yeah.
Like just kind of like a telephone, like just like on
Yeah.
speaker, like
I've always imagined it being on speakerphone.
yeah,
I know that's probably not how it
Yeah.
I
works.
think we
but-
all keep it on like
Yeah,
a
totally.
walkie-talkie more than anything else. I think Lux is like, we're going after you guys. Hold on to your hats, okay? And that Lux is like stepping on the gas, like she's going for it.
Oh, we don't
I
use
think-
fossil fuels.
As we're approaching, whenever it seems like we're getting kind of close-ish, Doc is going to reach out a hand to Naya and the professor. And if you'll let me do this, cast heroism at 2nd level.
Sure thing. Yeah.
Nice. Ray would use the second channel divinity to regain a spell slot.
Amazing.
Let's see what heroism
I'm
is.
pretty tapped.
Super tap from last time,
Yeah.
man. We haven't rested.
Does it look like Lux
Yeah,
is
we haven't
flying
rested.
right into the rift?
She's headed like she's following the dragon. Like she's trying to get as close as she can to like get you guys into range of it.
Yeah, sort of. Yes.
Also,
the
yeah, she
dragon
has
is,
the
like-
sending stone if anybody is like wanting to tell her something.
as the dragon is like surging back towards the rift, Lux is clearly following it. Yeah, you guys like watch as this dragon, there's like shadows kind of trailing off of it as it goes. It scales like this night black as it like surges through this rift, not like blotting out the sky the way the others was. It's literally just like a tear in space, right? Like almost, you could almost like get the sensation of it like flapping around the edges as you surge in after it, Lux.
It's probably a trap, you know.
Yeah.
At what point does it become inevitable that the ship is going into the rift?
I mean,
like,
if Lux is like communicating with you guys over the Setting Stone, like
she's communicating with one person through the Setting Stone.
no,
Yeah.
I mean like you're all on the top deck when it's on speaker, right? That's what you're saying.
I didn't know there was a speaker.
Yeah.
Can you hear back? Can we all yell into the speaker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jake would be like, "Are you flying in there?
I'm following the dragon. You guys want me to go after it? What are we doing?
Not into the shadow realm. We're woefully unprepared."
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. Can you guys hit it at all? Are we getting close?
Are we getting close?
You're very close. You're watching as this thing's right about to like slip through. I don't mean you're close to the dragon. I mean you're like closing, like the dragon like shifts into the portal. Are you guys going to surge in after it is the question.
Are we within
I mean, if Lux
300 feet?
You know what? Lux, make a piloting check here. Let's go. Make a piloting check, plus your wisdom
Right.
as you're trying to like outmaneuver the dragon in the sky.
Wow. What a sentence.
The dragons
okay.
in the sky.
Come on, roll 20. There it goes. 16.
Okay, got it. 1 second here. And right. Okay. My dice are not rolling correctly. Oh, my 11 loses to your 16. You guys are able to close up within like 300 feet of it as it's like about to cut through into the portal. What would you like to do, Reggie?
Having seen the wyverns when we first arrived on Lun, and being quite aware of the threats that can come from above, Reginald does have 1 second-level spell slot left and has prepared Earthbind. And out of his hands, yellow tendrils erupt and attempt to wrap around the dragon and pull it down to the ground.
Got it. Is that a correct spell save DC?
It is not, and I don't know why Roll20 is stupid. It is a 16 spell
Got
save
it.
DC.
And what am I making a con save? What?
Strength.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're making a what does it say?
Strength.
Strength.
Oh God. Well,
Dragons are notoriously weak.
well,
Yeah.
there was an attempt.
Pretty cool attempt.
Yeah, it's not a bad attempt.
Well, it's pretty dope.
Are you real? Oh, are my sheets not rolling either? What is going on here? Roll 20.
And roll 20
You
was
trying to
taking
roll
quite a long
Star
time
Wars
to
dice
roll.
again, Rich?
That's probably what is happening. What's your DC? 15?
16.
I rolled a 15. I will use my first legendary resistance to not be pulled out of the sky as the dragon wheels on the ship, cutting back away from the shadowy portal, wheeling back at the lot of you. I should put you on a map so you can roll initiative. Lux, you are unfortunately at the helm of the ship. The dragon slightly further away than what mechanically is happening here. Yeah, that's about accurate.
Oh,
What a choice. What a choice.
Wowzers.
Hey, that's what I saw earlier.
Rich.
Yeah, it is.
That's
He's
weird.
hanging out at the auction house waiting.
Did he buy the guard drake?
No.
Oh.
The good news is that Lux will be able to go steal the guard drake from the innocent people who did buy it after you survived this fight,
Great.
so don't sweat it. My dice are rolling all kinds of weird. Oh, wow, that's terrible initiative.
Whoa.
Sorry, just hunting for my icon.
No problem.
Rich, is it safe to assume that I've had a long rest in the last month and a
Yes,
half?
you are long rested. Naya is long rested. In a month and a half, you have Waffle super well rested. Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of us are like tired.
I am deeply sorry about that.
Professor's tired.
Hey, it's been a legendary day.
Professor,
truly.
after you throw your Earthbind at this thing, the dragon wheels and starts flying back. For the sake of clarity, it closes 150 feet towards the ship, so the range on the map is accurate. You are at the top of initiative. What would you like to do?
There are few things the professor can do at this point.
Mhm.
But he will do one of the few that is upon him, which is he will run out to the nose of the ship with Lux and use his 3rd level spell slot. Is he gonna do this? Oh boy. Yeah, I actually think that he change of mind. I think he will, rather than run out, I think he'll that's the experience that Reginald's having. It's the one choice having right now, which is like,
Yeah.
and then point to Lux and say, like the wind, Lux, out of which will come a casting of haste. And Lux is now hasted.
Okay, Lux at the helm of the ship, now hasted, moving lightning fast.
Wow. Great.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the right call, but
That's the call that just got made.
that's what he's doing.
Real freaking fast.
And
That was the
then-
professor.
You just got 5 hit points, all temporary hit points, Reg.
5 what?
Temporary hit points from being heroism.
Oh yes, thank you. Okay, and that's it. That's all I have.
Got it. That's the professor bringing us to Doc on 21.
Yeah. Ridge, is there any chance I could be 5 feet further up the ship?
You can move yourself wherever you want to be on the ship. I just dropped your tokens randomly.
Great.
So place
Okay.
yourselves where you need to be for the start. Yeah.
Okay, great. So assuming that I was 5 feet further, Doc is also going to run to the front. And Eldritch Blast, 120 feet
Okie doke.
at the dragon.
You leap over the deck and are climbing out on the nose of the ship like that.
Yeah, it's the only way to get within range.
You guys watch Doc vault the railing and start climbing out on the front of the ship. Is this some badass, you're just standing there like a badass, surfing on the ship, right? The hair flowing. Yeah.
How many?
She's on the front, right?
Yeah.
Lux can see
Yeah.
her. So I think that if Rich, if you'll allow me, Lux doesn't move the ship, but she just tilts it up a little bit, so that way Doc isn't sliding down as much, and kind of gives her a thumbs up, as she's so down in this moment. Not a lot, just a little tilt.
Doc,
Of
go for
support.
it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, this tracks. She's, running up there. Assuming a 17 is also probably not great.
17 just misses. This is the first Eldritch Blast. As the ship kind of adjusts underneath your feet, goes a little wild, the 17 smashes into it, deflecting off its scales.
Well, that's annoying. Okay. That is my action. Bonus action. Waffle's gonna hang out and dodge because I don't think him flying 80 feet forward is really a great idea. So, yep, that's my turn.
That makes sense. That was your turn. Reya, you're up on 19.
Oh gosh. Let me just check something.
Yeah, you check your things.
Very cruel of you, Rich,
Okay,
to
I'm
have
gonna
us
move-
fight a dragon in our
Without a
state,
full rest.
in our current state.
I'm
Very
a monster.
fun challenge. Fun
Okay,
challenge.
I'm a
blessing.
monster. I tried to make sure you could buy some cool stuff before the fight.
Yeah. Mhm.
That just was salt. I'm sorry. I'm just like,
Wow.
Mhm.
If I were a slugga, I'd be done for.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bless the 4 of us back here. I'm not gonna move forward. So I'm just so Reg, Naya, Jake, and myself are all blessed. And that's really it. That's yeah, and I do that at 2nd level because that's 4 people. So
okay.
that's it.
So that's your action. You bless everybody. You get a little bit of movement.
I don't
if you
want to. I don't want us to all be
clustered.
Clustered.
You're gonna fall back. Okay. Jake, you're up on 18. I have a sense of what's going to happen here, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless.
Just the token moves so close to the ballista.
Love it.
Just like the.
No, so it should be. I'm zoomed all the way out, so I thought I put it on the ballista. Sorry. It's out of reasonable range, but still within maximum range. So I think that means he gets disadvantage.
For the ballista or your bow?
The ballista, Rich.
I wasn't sure.
How are you not sure?
I know.
I just
You threw
moved
me
it to
off.
ballista.
It threw me off. I knew it was going to be the ballista,
Ballista
but then
Jake.
It's 120/480. And it's like
okay, so
140
it's just
feet away.
it is at disadvantage then. Yes, it's just a past standard range. Yep.
18.
No.
No.
20.
Boy, 18 plus 4. Oh, bless.
Right, 22 hits.
Nice.
19 piercing
You gotta like that.
plus
It's the bee.
The bees.
3B damage.
The bees
little bit
surging
of-
along with the ballista bolt.
Then use a little salt in the wound there.
Is that your bonus action? You got anything else for bonus action? I always get Swarmkeepers mixed up.
I think that is the bonus action. 1 second.
Mhm.
No, it's just it's just a triggered
It's a
when you hit it with an attack. I know we're done.
Okay. That was Doc. I mean, that was Jake. Lux, you were up on 15. I double clicked. You're up, Lux.
Okay. Wowzers. Okay. Here's a strange question, Rich. Oh, actually, 2 questions.
I expect all the questions to be strange. We're playing D&D in space.
Yes, and I'm hasted and my mind is flying a ship.
Mhm.
What is the speed of the Dragonfly?
Fast.
That's a
Seriously?
great answer.
Season 2, episode 11. We're talking about
I know.
airspeed velocity. It's space
European
speed.
or
African or European?
African American, yeah.
We have
Yeah.
learned that if Lux ever gets pulled over while flying the ship and the officer says, "Do you know how fast you're going?" The answer is no.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nope.
You tell
Yeah.
me.
Like, in other words, are you trying to ask, will you outrun the dragon? I think it's probably about the same speed as the dragon flying, roughly, thereabouts.
Well, it is a dragon.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fly. Right.
Second,
Got me there, Grace. Yeah.
This is so very, very interesting.
The ship will sustain itself in a straight direction should you leave the helm.
I know. Okay, but here's my second question. If I if I use the dodge action, what does that mean for the people on the Dragonfly?
I will give them advantage on all dexterity saving throws and a disadvantage on attacks.
Don't want that.
Like disadvantage on attacks against them.
Yeah. Correct. Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Oh, phew. I thought you were like,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I stated that very poorly. Like in my head, it's all lining up, right? But yes, I would give them like standard dodge. Like you're dodging
Hard
for
to hit.
everybody.
Hard to hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Collective dodge.
Amazing. Okay, so does Lux see any does Lux see like Chronolodrine or anybody coming up as well to help us? Nobody.
No.
They're all gone.
No, Taylor,
No,
you
we-
think he's
Come
gonna
on.
spend in
Yeah,
I
what
am
is
making
your-
sure I have everything crossed off the list, okay? Son of a biscuit.
we should really be calling when Lux takes the dodge action flank. That's an evasive maneuver.
Yeah.
It absolutely
that
is what that is.
The actual evasive maneuver.
Okay. For Lux's action, she's going to take the dodge action. For her hasted action, she is going to dash with the Dragonfly away.
Oh!
From this. She's gonna do a full I think Lux shouts through the setting stone "Everybody hang on!" And she's gonna wheel the Dragonfly around in a big loop and start to fly in the opposite direction.
Naya's gonna scream,
towards where
"What are you doing? We're going the wrong way!"
Shut up, Naya! We're gonna die!
Duh.
Spins the Dragonfly around, and dashes, and we'll is evasive maneuvers.
Wait. I need to
And
double check.
that's
You're
what-
taking evasive maneuvers to dodge action, and then you're turning it around and dashing back to the city?
No, not to the city. In the direction that Chronolodrine and back towards away from the city.
Where the
that
old
Lux,
rift was?
gets us,
Is
all
it-
of them away.
You're just looking to fly away.
She just we were heading towards the rift, towards the dragon. She's
Mhm.
just whipping them around to head
Mhm.
in a different direction. If this dragon does not follow her, then she's gonna stop. But she's trying to
But then
get
it would
away
take
from
us
the
two
city.
dashes to catch up. If it goes to the city, we're in trouble.
I mean, it seems it's coming right towards us, right?
Lux is
The sh-
piloting.
The ship pitches and wheels in
That's
the air.
fine.
This is an interesting dynamic where many players' ideas are contributing. The ship pitches and wheels in the air, cutting back down. Doc, you have to drop low. I think Waffle's holding on to your shoulders. You grab the edges of the windshield as you pitch into this crazy turn. Jake reloading the ballista, bees swarming everywhere. Naya, your sword's what is she doing? Where are we going? As the ship wheels
No
around
idea.
and you start flying in the opposite direction. You are now technically further away than it looks on the map. Naya, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Good thing I positioned myself as far away from that dragon as possible.
Right. You're oh.
I'm sorry, you guys. I hope I'm not just I'm sorry. I'm messing everything.
I think tonight is a real masterful D&D experience of oops.
I guess I can only hold action. I can't hold bonus action, right?
Kind of, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Screw it. Whatever. Bonus action. I'm just gonna cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold action. Well, for holding action, can I hold any action, or how does that work? Sorry.
Basically, yeah. If you try to hold the spell, it burns the spell slot. But
Got
the
it.
reaction you're holding, you can hold whatever, but it goes off as your reaction. You burn your reaction to do it when the time comes.
Okay, then I'm waiting to see what the dragon does, and I'm holding action with one hand on the hilt area of my sword, waiting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okie doke. That's Naya on 13. On 6, the Shadow Dragon is going to come after you. It will also dash. It's going to come 160 feet, closing itself within like range of the group of you again, as it's like about 150 feet away from like the back of the ship, racing after you.
The problem with being on a ship of this design is that we're all like have to be in kind of a straight
Yep.
line.
Yep.
Why don't we fly around on like a really wide ship?
For whatever it's worth, Reggie and Jake might have seen its breath weapon was like a cone, not a line. So that's a good feeling. It doesn't seem like it can reach you. The dragon like surging after the ship, racing towards you. I think you hear it roar like, "Flee this place. The old lord returns, and we were drowned in shadows. You have no fight here. Run for the stars, little fly." As the ship is like, the dragon is like soaring after you. Yeah.
Mute.
Can't do much else. What were you saying, Kurt?
I'm on mute. So did you say free this place or flee this place?
Flee.
Oh, okay. I also thought he said free this
I
place.
heard
I'm like,
free.
wait, what's happening?
Sorry. Yeah,
you.
he's telling you, like, yeah, go flee. Run to the stars. I'll chase you. Professor, you're up on 23, top of the round, as you guys are rocketing away.
Can I just have a quick question? How far away is the dragon from the dragon? How far is the dragon from the dragonfly?
The dragon is 150 feet from the dragonfly as it is dashed after you at a pretty much sustaining distance, right? It's at like that same kind of range out at the edge of like, you know.
Okay, after this thing like roars at us,
Mm-hmm.
can Lux shout through the sending stone? Can she shout something through sending stone?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's like,
If you guys want to do something and you want me to get close to it, then just wait and I can get us there.
And I think on his turn, the professor shouts back, "We're plenty close enough!" And does run up toward Reya and does get like just within range in order to cast a firebolt, which is all he's going to be able to do, and throws it at this thing.
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
The critical
Going
one.
around.
nat 1, and look at that damage roll, a 2 plus a 1.
Yeah, it's brutal. I think with the ship like twisting and yanking at the like underneath as like Lux is like into the evasive maneuvers and full on dodge, it just like rocks underneath you, Reggie. That's 0 dexterity. It's all you can do to hold your footing. The firebolt goes wide.
0.
I think he's like almost doubled over at that point and looks back up at Reya. This has not started well. Do I have anything else? Anything else? Unless I suddenly find a bonus action later that I'm not aware of, I think that's my turn.
Got it. Professor, that was your turn. Doc, you're up on 21. Now you're very far away from the dragon. What would you like to do?
Hey, you must have been on the front, eh? While it was like spinning. That's great.
Yeah, that's been going great. You said it's 160 feet from the back of the...
Basically, yeah. Yes.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna like run back to the middle just to, not be hanging on to the edge there.
Mhm.
But this is gonna be a disadvantage anyway. She's going to bonus action. This is maybe stupid.
Wait, I lost Taylor again. What just happened here?
Taylor
She
BRB.
just... Okay, yep.
Yep, I think she's okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Bonus action, branding smite, and then I'm gonna shoot my longbow at it.
Does it have to be a melee attack for the branding.
It doesn't say. It says weapon
Okay.
attack.
Great. Yeah, great.
I
Great.
was looking at that surprised me too. So at disadvantage. 16 is going to miss.
Bless? Did you get
Not
blessed?
Nope, I didn't get blessed.
16 is going to miss DC 18.
Second attack. Okay.
Brutal.
Ones.
Sorry, Doc.
Yeah.
As you
That's okay.
fire, the ship like wheeling and twisting while you jump back over the railing or like charging back towards Lux in the middle. You focus the magic of the bow, the etchings, the carvings, the work you've done as you fire to no avail. That's Doc on 21. Anything else?
Nope, that's bonus action, movement action. I'm done.
Reya, you're up on 19.
I was looking at my sheet for a long time. I was like, wow, I really don't have anything. I don't want to use any of these spell slots. And then I remembered I wear a few rings. One of which is the Ring of the Whale Shark.
It
Can you
is a
remind me-
ring of the whale shark.
Can you remind me the Ring of the Whale Shark? I know it has charges, and I know it like spits out a big whale. Yes, it does.
You can burn between 1 and 3 charges to punch with the ring as a spectral whale shark surges from your hand. Depending on how many charges you do, it's like how much damage or how far you knock something away. I think it's got a 60-foot range.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, can I hold? I'll hold 3 charges for when it's within 60 feet of me.
Okay, you want to blast it if it closes within 60 feet. Got it.
That's my turn.
That's Reya's turn. Jake, you're up on 18.
Another ballista
Go for it.
at disadvantage. But blast and archery. So let's see. 19.
19 hits. It's AC 18. You blast again, Jake. The huge ballista bolt like sailing over Reya's head, sailing over the back of the dragonfly as it comes rocketing into this dragon.
17
Plus B.
plus 5.
Nice.
Wow. The dragon knows who it hates on this ship, and it's the guy with the shell. As you blast back into it.
The other
The-
reptile.
Exactly. The ballista bolt's like ripping into this thing's like wing, pulling away. You see this like shadowy energy kind of trailing off of it. Jake, that's your action. Bonus action. Anything else? Movement?
Jake is going to cast as a bonus action Zephyr Strike. No, not Zephyr Strike. Hail of Thorns.
Okay.
Should have done that earlier, but we'll see.
So you're holding concentration on it for next round, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it lasts up to a
Okay.
minute. Yeah.
That's what I figured. Okay. With that, Lux, you are up on 15. Dragonfly does not have rearview mirrors.
Yep. Goodness gracious. Okay.
Balls of fire.
Yeah. That. It's 150 feet away.
60, yeah, thereabouts.
160.
Yep.
Um.
It's basically 150. Yeah, it's the same distance it was when you started. It's yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gosh. I'm sorry, guys. This is difficult. There's so many moving parts here. Okay. I have an action. I have a hasted action. I have a bonus action.
Pressure's on.
Yeah, I
That's
spent
helpful,
like
Rich.
the minutes up to my turn thinking about what I would do, and here I am.
It's
with
definitely
options.
not helpful, is it, Kevin? Being quite obnoxious, huh?
Okay. It's 150 feet away. And everybody's kind of out of range of a lot of stuff, right? Is like the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for sure, for me.
Okay, so I think what Lux is gonna do. She's gonna straighten out the dragonfly.
and set it to coast, like not as fast as she was going.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action. She's gonna ethereal step out of the seat.
Okay.
And with her hasted movement is going to get to the back of the ship and pop up to the top.
Okay.
Sorry, as the dragonfly hit coast, like the second we stopped moving, I release action.
What do you do?
Channel divinity. Hand slides across the sword, starts glowing. So what is it? Sacred. God, I can't even remember what it's called anymore. Sacred weapon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Got it.
So yeah, Lux gets to the back of the ship, which should get her. That's within 150 feet of the dragon, right?
Mhm. For sure.
All right. So she's up. She comes back into reality. Snaps back to reality.
Whoop, there
And
goes gravity.
thank you.
Oh, that's bad. We're in a ship. I guess no, that's good. That's good.
Just free fall. Ah!
If gravity goes away, we would just.
Oh,
float.
the dragon
Great.
also falls. So really,
That's not how gravity. That's that is gravity. Not.
Oh,
That's the
right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I think
guess
it's
the
actually good for us if oops there goes.
Or does whoop there go gravity mean like, oh, gravity doing its thing again? Oh no.
Yeah, I think we
Maybe.
both are
Whoop,
just
there goes
propelled
gravity.
upwards.
That gravity doing its thing
Yeah.
again.
Well, somebody call
Yeah.
Eminem. Figure out what the lyrics mean.
I'm on it.
I mean, you figure this out.
Mom spaghetti. Is that
mhm.
where I say that
Marshall?
part? Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, Lux, and then that's bonus action movement.
Mhm.
So yeah, Lux is gonna pop up and fire 3 longbow shots at this
Do
thing.
it.
Pew 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 pew.
Yeah.
What?
Do it, Rockapella.
Okay, planar warrior for the. Oh, I
What?
can't do planar warrior. That's bonus action.
Mhm.
Never mind.
Do
Okay.
Pop, pop.
Pop.
Pow, pow.
Roll 20. Stop being so freaking slow. Oh,
Oh,
That's
brutal.
remarkably
Wow.
tragic.
that's brutal.
Merry
Brutal.
Christmas.
We are rolling so many.
I need a thing to scream when you guys roll critical one.
Oh!
Balance in all things.
Your damage.
Oh, that's bullshit damage is what that is.
9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's rough.
Third hasted shot,
What about-
19
oh, you
hit.
can't planar warrior. You got
I can't. I
nothing
use my
else.
bonus action.
19 hits.
For wow. For
Oh, there we go.
13 points.
For a
That's
total
so
of
stupid. I did.
22 points of damage into the shadowy dragon.
Yep.
Lux, that is a bunch of things that just happened. That was your bonus action as you phase out, reappearing on the top of the ship, using your explosion of speed, hasted movement to come surging across the deck. You then use your action. You then use your hasted action. That is your turn.
That is my turn.
That is your turn. Naya, you now breathed with your divine enchanted weapon. I think that you hear a voice echoing to you from the sword like, this beast is going to try to kill all of your friends with its toxic breath. I can defend them if you can get in front.
That's the plan. Let's hope this works. So Nio, I think full movement puts me here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in front of everyone, and then I'm also going to hold action until the dragon gets close enough.
Okay, what are you holding it for?
Attack.
Got it. Naya, that's your stuff as you're holding your action. I'm going to be really a buzzkill here as the dragon comes flying within range.
You might want to move Lux's token. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
Lux.
Oh, cool. We're all clumped together.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't think I can get on the very back of the dragonfly. Right.
The
That's so
dragon
weird.
like surges forward towards you guys, gulping this big like lung full of air as it breathes.
If it's there, do I get the ring? Do I get to shoot a whale at it first?
Go for it. Fire your whale.
I don't know how.
Closes within 60 feet.
I love it.
You should have the whale attached to your sheet. Do you not?
I
It was
don't
like
Did I
an
read
know. Is this a
Yeah.
spell attack? My spell
It's-
attack bonus is
happened
8.
before.
Yep. Make a roll. Make a 20-sided roll with your spell attack bonus. Yeah, go for it. 14 plus 8 is
yeah.
22. That hits. You're burning 3 charges.
Hell yeah.
Like
Whale
six-
punch.
Oh my
10
god.
points of
60
force damage as a spectral whale shark, notably, comes rocketing off the back of the ship, growing in size with each foot that it goes. That's
Are you
24
kidding? Oh, God.
27
points of
Yeah.
damage.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
The dragon is pushed back 30 feet.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Which is
Right.
brilliant because its breath weapon does not go far enough anymore as it is driven back away from the ship.
Praise
shadowy
Clancy. Praise Clancy.
gouts
Yeah.
of
Praise
breath
Clancy.
like emerging from it, licking the tail and the end of the dragonfly itself, doing no damage to the ship, as this is not fire, nor is it lightning. It is some like necrotic shadow essence washing over the back of the ship. The dragon like blasted, battered away. I think that you hear the voice in your mind, Naya, of the sword, like, all right, well, I guess that we don't have to save all their lives, but that was really very clever.
There's an old saying where I grew up. Should adapt for this. The dragon may have a plan, but every dragon has a plan until it gets punched in the face with a shot.
Yes, that ancient saying that's passed down from generation to generation. To this very
Amazing.
moment.
With that, it turns surging back towards the portal. It is like making a beeline, trying to like GTFO. My question is, you guys are not going through the portal after it. Shall we like play this out, or the ship is just going in its own direction? You are
Yeah.
no longer behind.
I am not
the
on the
wheel.
helm.
True.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we can like just narratively, like, what are the things that everybody would try to do in this beat as it's about to like fly through the portal, and you guys are like now flying in the opposite direction. So for the sake of it, like down the line, Professor, what would you do on your turn?
I would mock it.
Okay.
Yes, I would mock it. It might be
Okay.
too far for the actual spell of vicious mockery, but some version of what I just said is what would come out of Reggie's mouth.
Okay. Doc, what would you do?
I would branding smite again and fire twice at it.
Go for it. Make your shots.
24.
18 hits.
Yes.
Okay.
15 does not. You could go ahead and roll with the brand.
It's not a disadvantage anymore. Within 150 feet. So the 24, either way it hits, and the branding smite is, yes, it's level 2. Why do you make me do this when I only have the one option? 5 extra radiant damage.
Nice.
Reya, what would you do?
It's within 120 feet of me.
Yeah.
Second level guiding bolt.
Go for it.
Yes.
Ooh,
Also,
miss.
any chance that radiant damage looked like it did any more than I expected?
No, but it does hurt it, which feels great.
Miss, that's my turn.
That's your turn, Jake. What would you do? I know what Jake's going to do.
Oh, well, if Jake wasn't going to do anything with it, and everyone started to unload on it.
Yeah.
So now so now you know what Jake's going to do.
Go for it. Go for it.
Um,
I'm like realizing your damage is adding up much faster than I expected over the course of this one round. That hits, Jake. Roll the damage.
Yeah, it turns out when we stop rolling nat ones, it helps.
Yeah, really.
11 piercing from the ballista, 2 piercing from the swarm, and potentially 2 piercing from the Hail of Thorns, but it looks like it gets a save.
Is that correct?
Mhm.
19.
Can I DM ask that for my turn that I actually get to roll an intimidation check since I couldn't actually vicious mockery
Roll
using
the
my
intimidation check.
intimidating intellect that might assist with
Ooh.
distracting
Mhm.
It
said
takes half
dragon.
damage on that piercing, so actually gonna take one extra little.
Got it.
damage.
One more point of damage.
Only 11. Only.
But one less point of damage from the Hail of Thorns because it made it safe.
Got it.
So 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All damage is good damage.
Amazing.
Jake, that was your turn.
Yes.
Naya, or Lux rather, what would you do here in this final moment?
Hunter's mark, firing 3
Go for
shots at it.
Watch Taylor pop off right here.
If roll 20 actually works with me here.
Come on, 3 20s in a row. You could do it.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Come on, roll 20, please.
Oh, they're coming.
It's all hit. Boom, 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 boom. Arrows firing like a
So
machine
many
gun off
numbers.
Lux.
Okay. Is Hunter's mark to target whenever I hit it with a weapon attack?
Whenever you
Yeah.
hit, yes.
All of them.
That's amazing. Okay, let's do this.
That whale. The whale.
1, 10. For fuck's sake.
17 and 12 is 29 points of damage. Got it.
That's it.
Naya, you're up.
Nothing. I just put my sword away and say next time, I guess.
The sword says, do you want to fly?
What?
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 Yes.
I immediately stop and I'm like, I'm sorry, come again?
Yeah, like
It would be terribly incompetent for somebody to have made a dragon-slaying blade as noteworthy as Einreeve the Scale Piercer, and then place it in the hands of terrestrially bound creatures such as yourself. Will you fly?
Naya says, for future reference, really important information you should have brought up a lot earlier. But, abso-effing-lutely.
The sword casts fly on you as a bonus action. You now have a fly speed of 60 feet if you want to go after it. For the sake of clarity, I'll say you can close within melee range. If you want to hurl yourself off the back of the ship after it.
Absolutely. Laughing
okay.
maniacally, Naya just runs into leaps.
You guys watch Naya running madly with the sword, and I think the sword says out loud, "I'm sorry I didn't open with this, but I thought that assuredly that the breath of this foe would kill all of your friends, and that you would be much more enamored of me if we were to protect them. So I was going to open with the big defense first, but so be it."
I appreciate the effort. It was good thinking.
Fly into melee range of the dragon is flying away from
Jesus.
you, as with the sword in front of you.
Go,
I
Naya.
feel like I could imagine the pose, Kevin.
Yeah, probably.
As your hair streaming behind you, the sword out front. Go for it. You have 2 attacks.
he immediately leaves the bubble, suffocates, and dies.
Yeah, I die.
You're still in the atmosphere. You're still in the atmosphere. It's okay. Go for it.
Question: What's the bonus on this sword for the dragon thing?
Right. Yeah, I should give you the handout. I was going to start with that earlier. Hang on 1 second. Just bear with me
good.
for a second here. This is.
What a moment. Do you wish to fly?
Unexpected, to say the least. I'm sorry. What?
The bonus on the sword is only +1 to hit and damage, but if you hit this creature, noteworthy additional things will happen in terms
Great.
of damage.
Okay.
It's still only +1 weapon, though.
All right. There's actually.
But you're blessed still?
You're blessed.
Yeah, there's
You are
actually.
blessed.
See a roll here. So here's a fun thing. I'm gonna cast a bless, and see what happens because that actually might change something here. Oops, that's too many d4s. But I guess the first one was a 1, so even
It's
with
a
my
miss.
bonus, it's a miss.
It's a
Okay.
miss. Second attack,
One more
Naya.
time.
23 hits. So that's 7 points of slashing plus the 2 dueling. That's 9 points of damage. Plus you may roll an additional 3d6.
And plus, the Sound of Thunder as Divine Smite hits at level 2. And is this anything I should be concerned
And
with?
Sacred
Because I'm
Weapon is active.
Your sacred weapon,
which,
yeah.
Our friend Davrin, the Paladin Extraordinaire in the chat, is reminding us of. You have your Channel Divinity up, which I think is another bit of damage.
Well, no, the Channel Divinity just lets me hit it harder or make sure I hit it. So yeah, that's the question, is that if this thing is evil, I get extra d8s against it.
It's not a fiend nor undead, so it's your
Okay.
standard smite damage plus an additional 3d6 for the Dragon Slayer sword.
Wow.
1 second then. Let's
It's,
see.
what, 3d8 and 3d6?
I think 3d8, 3d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy moly.
The sword definitely wants to help him slay this dragon.
D8.
That's a good chunk of change.
Okay, that's 28, 35, 37 points of damage. The stream will keep me honest. Naya, you cleave into the back of this dragon, rending its flesh. There is a flash of light. I think you hear wild, mad laughter rolling off of the steel in your hand. I live again. Flee to the darkness, worm. Flee, for Einreeve has returned to the land of Lun, and now I have a true wielder worthy of my glory. As the dragon is like in terror, it's going to use its. That was your action, Naya. That was your bonus action. You have anything else on your turn?
I don't think it was. Actually, Rich, I'm in melee range,
Mhm.
and it's fleeing.
Mhm.
Opportunity attack.
I was going to say it's going to use its action to disengage and fly.
Okay. Fair enough.
It uses its action to disengage. The tail like lashing and whipping at you as you are going through this wild sensation, clutching the sword, pivoting, twisting in the air. The dragon surges away, vanishing into the slit of darkness in the sky. The portal to the shadowy realm kind of beginning to seal itself close as the dragonfly races unpiloted off in the direction of the flights of copperworms who surged out of the city hours ago to protect it. And I think, as terrible as it is to say, that's where we leave our adventurers today.
Wow.
Insanity.
I just looked at how close we got. That was so.
Oh, don't
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very close.
Oh,
That's insanity.
You guys, that was 10 hours of D&D stuffed into a 3-hour and 17-minute bag. I thank you for your patience. I hope that felt like it covered a lot of ground. We had a bunch of stuff to do. Crazy things are happening. It was very fun to have all of you. I'm glad that you were here to fight a dragon. I'm sorry that you didn't kill it, but my word, it was very close for such a distant, extended, kind of weird encounter. That was pretty fascinating. That is our night. Thank you all for playing. Yeah.
Wow.
That was.
I
That's the
gotta
first
get a
dragon fight,
rule
isn't
book on this sword. Like,
You're gonna need to have a conversation with your talking sword. Yeah. I know it's kind of late. Some of us here East Coast need to mosey on for our day, so I don't want to rush us too quickly. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow night, Tuesday. At least half of us, a handful of us. We have a very special guest star in the one and only Jess Sterling joining us. Gotta wonder where she fits in to all this nonsense.
He's a dragon, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, 3 of you and a guest star. That's a good dragon hunt, right? We'll see what happens tomorrow. Kevin, welcome back, my friend. What do you got going on in the world that you want to hype up or point people's attention towards?
well, thank you for bringing me back here. It's very exciting. I'm glad to be back. What is going on? Well, we've got the good old Everything is Super podcast that's going on PSR, where we're covering Miss Marvel, which has been extremely fun show to cover. Really having a blast with that show. Such wonderful YA vibes, which, hey, that's another thing that's happening. The YA podcast. For patrons, which Melissa and I do, along with Brooklyn said, where we're talking about the Harry Potter franchise. Almost finish that after a short break. So I'm really excited to wrap that series up and then head into something really, really fun that we're pretty excited about, and we're pretty excited to announce at some point soon. And then also, I'm talking about The Boys, the Amazon Prime series, season 3. Me and Mike Bloom are covering that. It has been absolutely incredible. What an insane show. Extremely different from everything else I'm covering on PSR, to say the least. But an incredible season. So you can check all of that stuff out. And I think that's mainly it that I have going on. I can also fly now, so that's something.
You can. Yeah, you did some flying. Your co-host there on YA can like tease us more about your awesome project. Melissa, it's delightful to have you back as well. It has been too long without Doc. I'm sorry that we didn't get to, buy more smut and like hang out more bars, but
we were landing in a new place. It was kind of goal number 1, but it's fine.
We'll circle back on it. There'll be plenty of time.
Yeah, we will.
What do you have going on?
This is what Doc is doing off screen tomorrow.
Yeah. It's like filling up the magazine racks, the carousel, the lounge. Do you have anything that you want to like hype up, bring our attention to, anything you just want us to be thinking about in the world?
Follow me on Twitter, MelissaW28. Cool YA stuff is happening. Grace and I are going to record the final episode of the Shining Girls podcast soon. So check that out. And those are really my things. Humble Year just popped a new episode out, so that show's fun. Check that out.
There was so much whimsy in the last
super
episode,
fun.
So.
It's very whimsical.
So
the last episode was the
cutest
most
show on
whimsy
Twitch.
ever. Yep. Awesome. It is good to have you back, my friend. I miss the two of you especially. Grace, you're always doing stuff. What are you doing?
Peaky Blinders just finished coverage of season 6. Got a lot more coming up on post recaps, and then weekly movie coverage. I think Rich, you're going to join this week for Spiderhead, the Netflix film. We also should have some coverage of Lightyear coming out with Felipe very soon. Over on Rob is a podcast doing the Offspeed podcast. We talk about sports, and then we have the Pride is Spoken, where we're celebrating LGBTQ survivors all month long with Pride Month. So check it out. Everything else I'm doing, you can follow me at Hi From Grace on Twitter.
Cool. Kurt, how about you, sir? Anything in the world that you want to like hype up? You want us thinking about? Anything you want to hype?
Nope, not really. If you want to see pictures of food, you can follow me on Instagram at Kurt Clark.
They're really good pictures of food, you guys. You should follow them. It definitely is not a bad call. Troy, how about you, sir?
I finally have a podcast to promote. How about it? No, I've had a few, but recently announced and recently recorded first episode 0, what I would call the lobby episode of Only Murders in the Building with the great Josh Wigler on the Post Show Recaps Network. We have season 2 is kicking off in that show next week on Hulu. So please watch it. Listen to us. If you didn't watch season 1, go back and watch it. It's a fun one. Short episodes, really fun, really well done. And we're gonna have some guests that are a few suspects that are gonna join us throughout the course of the series. So listen to that. And otherwise, be kind to each other. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy what bit of it you can.
Listen to this guy. He's out here looking out for you, viewers. He wants you to enjoy yourself. He's reminding you to enjoy yourself, and you should listen. Taylor, I was hard on you tonight. Intelligence is an important ability score to remember things in Dungeons and Dragons. But I said nice stuff about you on Twitter, which is why I was able to be a bully. I apologize. What do you got going on that you want to hype up?
I'll be here tomorrow and
That's
Sunday.
True. Yeah. Sunday, we're back. Threads in the Pattern, episode 4, our Wheel of Time tabletop role-playing game show. It's a very good time. Taylor's got a cool character. It's an Ogier. Yeah, it's fun. She does voices.
I do a voice, and it's real interesting. That's kind of about it. That's really all I do. So,
that's good stuff. Go follow her on Twitter. What is it? At Ronnie422. Right. I am me. I am Rich Filiberto, DM Philly. Thank you so much for like tuning in and hanging out. I really appreciate all you guys in the chat tonight. The follows, the subs, all that like means a lot to me. This is mostly my full-time job. I work in Dungeons and Dragons full-time. You can hire me to run private games should you wish. We'll be back tomorrow night with special guest Jess Sterling, Dragonfly episode 12. We will return on Sunday with Threads in the Pattern. I am podcasted about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Season's been pretty cool. I'm really digging it. Last episode was like wild, so I'm very excited to see what happens here. That's it. Thank you all for being compassionate and putting up with my antics and hijinks. This is a very fun night. If I can pull it off technologically, I am going to try to raid our friend Smelly Cat and Seven, who is streaming Dungeons and Dragons right
We
now.
saw they were streaming, yeah.
So for those of you like hanging
Amazing.
out here, we're going to go dump the raid into their channel. Thank you all for us in the call. I think we can wave and say bye.
Let's get off the internet.
Let's get off the internet. Ooh, it's ready to raid in a minute. I got something.